From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey, I'm Shawn Mendes.
This is Selena Gomez.
Drizzy Drake.
Taylor Swift.
Post Malone.
Camila Cabello.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Right here. Turn up.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
I can feel
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I just Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
$20,000. Are you seeing that? Are you seeing that?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat.
Hello, Damnit Moore.
I'm finding that having a dog and walking your dog in the park introduces you to a whole new community of people. There's a lot of good-looking people that walk their dogs at early morning.
A whole new community of hot people is what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you now consider yourself part of the group?
I do. You know, and there's like, it's so funny. Like you're
Why are you covering up your titties like that?
Whoa.
The way you cross your arms right now.
I don't even know what that means, but I love it. Because I got to walk the dog alone this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So I went into the park and stuff, and I'm like, wow, like if you wanted to be inappropriate and meet new people, this is the best way to do it.
To be inappropriate. Like how you're being inappropriate right now, telling the story to millions of people who are listening.
You're such an interesting case because
Thank you.
I don't know anybody else. Wait for the rest of it. You're such an interesting case because I don't know if I've ever met anyone who's married who talks like that while married, where you're always so aware of opportunity to cheat.
Thank you. No, not. Like
Remember when he said, wait for him to finish saying
Yeah. How often are you walking into situations, Mocha, in your life where you're like, God, you know, if I wanted to cheat, I could totally cheat right now.
Zero is the answer.
Yeah. But you got to be aware of your surroundings.
No.
So
You're
how
aware of your
many-
surroundings when you're always on the lookout for, you know, a pothole or a white panel van or, you know, like that kind of thing.
Traffic when you're crossing the road?
Exactly, yeah. You're not aware of your surroundings of how well you could sneak infidelity.
No, but it's always good to know, like, if you wanted to.
No, nobody thinks that way.
Wait,
Nobody
so
thinks that way.
how many people did you talk to? Like,
I
were
was
you
out
like
there.
flirting with
It's so
other
funny
dudes?
how many people are out at like 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning in the dog park. It's unbelievable.
No, just
how
in the
busy it
world.
is.
This is what happens when you sleep until 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekend, right?
Yeah.
The world is awake at 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
But that's my point. Who knew?
Everybody.
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 All of us.
We're all out there cheating.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, who's this?
This is Phil. Okay, I tuned in a little bit late when I heard the story, but catch me up here.
Mm-hmm.
So when Maury was at the dog park, was he actually thinking about like I could go like cheat on my husband over with this person, or like was that what happened?
Like how detailed does the
fantasy go?
The fantasy go, yeah.
Maury.
So when you're in these situations where you're meeting all these hot people who are also walking dogs, when you start saying that it would be very easy, I don't even know, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what did you say? You just realized...
I was just standing there with Andy, my dog, and I'm just like, you know, I mean, there's like, if you wanted to,
right,
you could.
But you're assuming at that point that somebody would want to with you.
Well, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're assuming that somebody would want to with you.
But it's my fantasy. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, so in your mind,
in my mind, I could point to somebody and they're just like, let's go.
Like that's the reason they bought a dog.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
you fantasize about cheating on your husband?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you were to fantasize.
No, but you
just
did.
said it's your fantasy.
No, but I'm saying like it's not real. It's a fantasy.
Right, but he just so answer the man's question.
I'm sorry. What was
Digging
the
a hole,
question?
Maury. Digging a hole.
The question was, so you fantasize about cheating on your husband?
I fantasized about a fantasy of doing that. Yes.
Excuse me.
Okay, now what you're describing right now is Inception.
Okay.
So you fantasize about a fantasy on cheating.
Well, what else is supposed to go through my mind at 8 a.m. on a Sunday when you're standing there watching your dog poop?
Okay, so hold on here. So
how cute my dog is.
Yeah, how do you or do you not in those moments fantasize about cheating on your husband? That was the question.
When you see a hot guy, yes.
Okay.
It was
But
yes.
I love my husband. That's why we got a dog.
So you could cheat in the park?
No, so to keep us together.
Okay.
There's so much more going on than you. Oh my!
Right? Quick question. When you were at the dog park, did you approach or try to have a conversation with any of these guys that you were attracted to?
No, one of them approached me.
And said what?
Do you mind if my dog smells your dog?
And you said?
Unfortunately, no. Andy's too young and hasn't had all of his shots. Darn. See you in 2 weeks.
Right. However, you, sir.
I've had all my shots.
You totally asked him to smell you, didn't you?
All right. Thanks, Phil.
No problem, guys.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Hello?
Hi, is Ashley there?
Oh, no. It's Sammy.
What the hell, bro? It's Roz and Mocha.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. I'm confused.
Who's this?
Sammy.
Where's Ashley?
Okay. Did you not send us a note?
No. I didn't. Sorry.
Wait, isn't your number this number 28?
Yeah, that's me. But I'm not Ashley.
This is Roz and Mocha from Kiss 92.5, by the way.
Oh,
We got a message from someone to say, call this number. It's my fiance, Ashley, for a belated birthday call.
no, definitely not.
Okay.
It's not you?
Not me. Yeah,
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday when it is your birthday, bro.
yeah,
All
thanks.
right. Go back to bed. Later.
All right.
Yeah, nice
Peace
to
out.
meet you.
You too.
Yeah,
Later.
Later.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Yo, do you listen to the Roz and Mocha Show?
I used to.
Oh. What happened? We let you down?
No, now I just download my music. So,
Why don't you download our podcast, bro?
sure, I could.
You'll like it.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
Apple Music, Spotify, Google, Frequency Podcast Network, everywhere.
What a way to wake up. Could you imagine?
I know.
Poor guy.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, no problem.
All right,
All right,
Holmes.
brother. Take care. Oh, wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, I gotta say Mocha.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Go back to bed.
Go back to bed.
But I like you both.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Thanks for listening.
Later, homie.
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Ashley,
Hi.
it's Roz and Mocha.
Oh, hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. You have a second?
Sure. I'm just at the vet.
I'll make this real quick. So your idiot fiance sent me a
Oh my
DM,
God.
right? And he said, please call my fiance Ashley. She turned 31 on February 24th and has been a fan of your show from the start. And I may have forgotten to reach out to you guys for a birthday call. She low-key isn't happy. Ha, ha, ha. And then, so your idiot fiance then gave us your number. So we tried to call you yesterday and you didn't answer. Another person answered. It was a guy. And when I said, hey, is this your number? He's like, yeah, this is my number, but I'm not Ashley.
Oh.
So I then replied to your idiot fiance saying, hey, moron, this isn't the phone number. And then he wrote back and said, whoops, and then gave your real phone number.
Oh, my God.
You're not going to have children with this guy, are you?
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
We well into March, and he's messaging now about your birthday that was last month.
Well, I mean, at least he kind of remembered.
Yeah, true. Kind of.
Well, happy birthday. Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Did he do something special for you?
He always does. He always makes sure that I feel special. So we went out.
All right.
Spent time with his family as also. So it was really nice.
That's great.
Well, we just wanted to call to say hi and happy belated birthday.
Well, thank you so much.
Sorry you're marrying an idiot.
You know what? He makes up for it every other way, so it's okay.
Oh, hey now.
And between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite, Ashley?
Oh, Roz.
Oh, look at that. Boom.
Sorry, but Roz is essentially me.
You sound super hot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Your first win of the year, Roz.
Okay.
Shut up.
You're welcome.
You're such a... No, come on. I'm
looking at the tally right now.
No,
Yeah. For the year 2020.
Stop it.
This is your only win.
Don't believe him. No, I love when women call up and they say that we're basically the same. I love it. No guys ever call up and say that we're basically the same. It's only ever women that call up and say we're basically the same.
It's too bad. You'd be better people if they did.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Happy belated birthday, Ashley.
Thank you.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Gourmet meals on an Air Transat flight sounds impossible, but no. Not when you bring up the name Daniel Vizina, celebrity Quebec chef.
Yeah, so I've been on these flights before, as I've said many times. Gnocchi with bolognese sauce.
Nice.
You can get that. The beef shepherd's pie, the spinach and artichoke lasagna with ricotta, plus so much more. This is like no other airplane food that you've had. And I've had decent airplane food, don't get me wrong, right? But this menu is just next level. And you get this when you book a ticket up in club class. And there's also a limited amount for people who do fly economy. You just got to call in, you got to book it or write them, however you're going to do it, 72 hours before you fly, even in economy, and they can hook you up with one of these meals.
A gourmet meal to celebrate vacations. For more info or to reserve your meal, go to airtransat.com.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Are you watching Love is Blind or are you not watching Love is Blind?
On episode 3.
Okay, so you were on episode 3 yesterday.
I didn't watch any of it yesterday.
Well, we got to talk about it because the reunion happened yesterday.
I know. I saw people tweeting about it. I stayed away.
So I'll get into, before we get to a couple of clips from the reunion from Love is Blind.
Any spoilers?
Well, I'll get to that in a second. Everybody yesterday was going in on Nick Lachey because, first of all, Nick Lachey and... What's his wife? Chrissy Teigen? No, the other
Vanessa.
Chrissy Teigen. Vanessa Lachey.
Chrissy Vanessa Lachey?
I don't know. She seems like she's really trying to be Chrissy Teigen, if you ask me.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Nick Lachey, like, they're the host of the show, but throughout the season, they get maybe, I'm going to say 5 minutes of screen time throughout the entire 10-episode run.
That's it?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
And when he showed up at the beginning, and then again when he showed up on the after show, and I don't know if he's saying it ironically or if he's saying it like, hey, but Nick Lachey always introduces himself as, obviously, I'm Nick Lachey.
I'm Vanessa Lachey.
I'm obviously Nick Lachey, her husband.
Right? So that was episode 1, and then go to the reunion yesterday.
Hey everyone, I'm your host Vanessa Lachey.
And obviously I'm Nick Lachey.
Isn't that weird?
Like, obviously.
But is he saying it like, obviously, you guys know I don't even have to introduce myself, obviously? Or is he just like being ironic about it, as in like she gets first billing and he's like, obviously, I'm her husband, Nick Lachey? Like, is he being...
I think it's that.
You think so?
Yeah,
but it
I
doesn't
think it's
come off that way.
Like, obviously, everyone should know me.
Okay, so that way then. So the first way...
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Like, if he thinks everybody should know him.
Yeah.
Because he was in that group, 98 Degrees.
I don't...
that had smash hits like this. Like, obviously, I'm Nick Lachey from this group.
Obviously, I'm Nick Lachey.
So you're not going to spoil Love is Blind, are you?
Define spoil.
Well, like, give the results. Hello?
No, I'm not going to give the results, but we need to play one clip.
Okay.
Now, I'm trying to think back to how it went. I don't know if she says who she got engaged to in this clip or whether she actually did get engaged in this clip. But this is... Take your headphones off for a second.
Shelly watches the show.
I watched it.
Oh,
I watched it. Turn your headphones down for a second so I can tell people what they're about to hear. Okay, just turn your headphones down and I'll whisper. For God's sake, you make it so difficult. So this is a clip where Amber, who actually got engaged to and then married Barnett, this is her going off on Jessica, who got real drunk on red wine like all the time and was also engaged to Mike, but Jessica kept hitting on Barnett while they were in Mexico. Okay, Mocha. Okay, so this is go with the clip that just reads, Love is Blind, Amber, please.
Amber? Okay.
Yes.
I kind of heard you say Amber and then something about rice.
Fine. Yeah, rice. Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
To see her throwing herself at him in Mexico, bitch, you're shiesty.
Oh.
You're so fake.
Oh.
Coming to my face like we were cool, you were so fake. Oh. I think you are a very disingenuous person, and you know what? I hope seeing this, you do grow from it, because that is not what the world needs is women that go behind people's backs like that. You were engaged.
Ooh. Also, can I just say, disingenuine, not a word.
I was just going to ask you that same question. I've never heard that word before.
I love when somebody uses a totally made up word with absolute conviction.
Like, obviously, it's a real word.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I was out yesterday and I smelled barbecue.
Did you?
I'll tell you.
same.
And I knew exactly what it was, and I was from a distance.
Yeah, what was it?
Ribs.
Ribs, yeah.
Yeah, somebody in our neighborhood was barbecuing yesterday.
So good, huh? It's happening, everybody.
know.
It's happening. See how light it was last night?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get my kid to go to bed. Oh, my God.
Sunset was 7 p.m.
Oh, my God. Well, because their little bodies don't know, right?
No.
So it's like when you tell
Nor do they care.
Nor do they care. Because yesterday after the time change, when you tell a kid at 8:30 to go to bed, their body's like, nuh-uh, 7:30, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Check your watch.
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't care what your clock says. My internal clock says it's still party time.
Yeah, exactly. But also when they're younger too, it's difficult because Rox now she's at the age of where she gets it. She understands time changes. She understands that she has to wake up earlier tomorrow, today, and then if she doesn't, she's going to be a hot mess. All this stuff. But when they're younger and you get to this time of year, like you're almost at this point now. Maybe next year it's going to really hit you hard. Where the most difficult thing is that kids, when they're young, don't understand the idea of having to go to bed when the sun is still out.
I know.
Right? They understand bedtime is dark. Right?
Yeah.
Bedtime.
And then once you get into the summer months, dark is like maybe 9:45 sometimes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Just do what I do in my house now that we have a son. You turn off all the lights.
Okay, stop saying that, man. You got a dog, okay? People who are just tuning in are going to wonder what the hell's going on.
Right. So as I was saying, with our son, you turn off all the lights.
Yeah.
And he gets into the mindset that, it must be almost bedtime.
I know,
so if you
but-
do the same thing with your children, with Cruz, turn off all the lights.
Yeah, but then what's Smoker's supposed to do at the window? Like, you look like he has one of those, apartments in Regent Park where you put tinfoil over the windows?
Heat the place up, man.
You know what I mean?
Heat the place up.
I did that. I had to do that one time.
Tinfoil?
One time my brother and I, no, it actually doesn't heat it up that bad.
No, maybe you put it in backwards.
No, because one time we lived in a place we didn't have a whole lot of money, and so he was paying more than I was. So he got the bedroom, and my bedroom was the solarium.
Oh, God.
Right, so it was just all glass.
Yeah.
Right, and there was no air conditioning vent.
Oh, no.
In my room.
So when
And
that sun hits.
oh my God,
You're cooking. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wait, but if you put tinfoil, it wouldn't
it blacked it out. No, it just blacked it because
So why
no,
don't you use a bed sheet?
because it faced the window faced south, right? And so it was just hot sun all day, all day long. And so I just put tinfoil. I put tinfoil.
Yeah,
on the
there's
window.
a house in our neighborhood
Yeah,
that their entire house has tinfoil over the windows.
that's definitely a place where they cook meth.
Has to be, right?
Has to be.
But here's a weird thing.
Has to be.
This
No,
house faces a
please.
major street. So any car is driving by, you can clearly see. It's a corner lot. You can clearly see all the tinfoil.
Yes.
I'm like, and it's been like that for months.
It's either that or they're vampires. There's either a Dracula
it's
in your
gotta be
neighborhood
drugs. Has to be
or a
drugs.
meth den in your neighborhood.
Gotta be, right?
No sane person who owns a home is putting tinfoil over their windows. No
It's gotta
sane
be-
person.
it's gotta be
That's a
drugs.
huge statement to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, when you live on a residential street and you're the guy that tinfoils the windows, that is a huge statement for the neighborhood.
And when your house faces a major street,
No, you
the side of the
cannot.
house faces
No.
a major street.
No.
Right? So you could see the back,
No. it's
all
not.
tinfoil, the
No.
sides of the house, all tinfoil,
No.
and then the front.
No,
all
you can't.
tinfoil.
You can't do that.
Have
You
you
can't
thought
do
of knocking
that.
and asking?
Hell no.
You're gonna knock on a house that either is a meth den or full of Draculas?
Dead for sure.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, how far are you into Love Is Blind?
I believe we are at episode. So we got to episode, I think 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But then there was a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense, and I was like, "How did we
you
get
had to
here?"
go back.
So we had to go back because we missed either falling asleep or flat out skipping episodes. We had to go back to episode 3.
Oh,
so we have to watch.
Double up?
We watched 3. I think we watched 4. The last episode we watched was when Beard Guy and stripper name, what's her name? Diamond.
Yeah.
when she smashed a drink in his face.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
the
left
best
him,
one.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Left him at the side of the pool.
Yeah. Oh.
So we left off
and then
there.
he told her wig was slipping. Yeah. Anyway, they're all on Ellen today. So
Are they really?
a lot of them are. Yeah. Not not the full cast.
Yeah.
But oh man, this is probably going to spoil it for you if I play this clip.
Which one? Do I have to leave? Do I have to close my ears?
Yeah, close your ears because I want to play this.
Which
because
one?
It's Amber and Giannina.
Yo, Giannina is wild.
Yeah, she's the best, man. She's the best.
I don't know what
She's
else
the
happened.
best.
So what I remember from like the later episodes, her and her man were arguing.
Yes.
About why he's never the one to initiate passion.
Yes.
And she's sitting in the kitchen, he's sitting in the bedroom, and she's like, might as well just be in the pod because we're not talking face to face, but we're in the same room. And he was like, yep, might as well be.
Yeah, that's when she delivered one of the most savage lines on all reality TV dating shows.
Which
when
was?
she was like, remember when you always talk about sex and how you say it's the best you've ever had? Don't you ever wonder why I never say the same thing?
Clapback season came early.
So do we have time to play it, or are you just stalling to not play the clip?
What a diss. Yeah, stalling. But what a diss.
But why can't we just play this?
Okay.
It's from Ellen today. So
Okay,
this
I'm not going to listen.
Don't listen. So this is Amber and Giannina talking about what life is like now that the show has wrapped. Okay, so hit play and take your headphones off. I'll tell you when it's over.
All right, so who went in thinking that you were going to find love? Anybody going in going, this could work?
I honestly only chose to do it because I was out of work at the time and I was going stir crazy because I was on workman's comp, so I couldn't leave. I couldn't do anything. I was like, I might find love. This could be interesting. Why not? And I ended up with a whole husband.
Yeah. For me, it was very cosmic. I was at a bar with a group of girlfriends, and I was telling them how there are no men for me in the city. And at that moment, I got a DM on Instagram. And it was this person telling me, hey, you can fall in love and potentially get married. And I was like, this is the universe speaking to me.
Right? Imagine that job where your job was to just go on Instagram, find all hot people, and send them DMs.
Wait. I just turned my headphones back up.
No. It's how they got cast on the show.
Oh,
so
okay.
imagine having that job where your job is to go on Instagram, find only hot people, and then DM them asking if they want to find love.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here's why I envy somebody like Maury who's got a dog but lives in a condo.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, can we just pause for a moment on the whole envy Maury?
Or anybody that has a dog that lives in a condo.
Thank you.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Is because when your dog's got to do business, you go outside, does the business, pick it up, toss it, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you live in a house and if you just let the dog go in the backyard, they just go, come back in, and you're like, yeah, I'll pick it up later.
Yeah.
Right? But then you get a dump of snow.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, I can't see it now.
Exactly.
I'll get it later.
Yeah.
And then the dog goes out a couple more times. And then you get another dump of snow. And you're like, I'll just get it later.
Yeah. Now you're sitting at a month of I'll just get it later.
So yesterday became later.
Yeah. Oh, no. How long did that take? How long were you scooping for? Hours, I bet.
It was so gross. And like,
because it's warm out too.
Very. So
like they're not either. They're like it's
almost mush.
You almost want it to cool down a little bit so like they can harden up a little, huh?
Doesn't it just decompose into the lawn?
No, they're there.
Especially when
it's like Encino Man. They've just come out of hibernation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they've just been like
frozen
in snow and ice, but all that snow and ice is melted, so it's still formed.
Yeah.
Okay. Based on the snow, because not all the snow has melted, so I don't even know what else is there.
Yeah.
Based on what was melted and what I picked up yesterday.
Yeah.
22 doggy bags.
22 doggy bags.
How much in each bag?
That's per poop.
So 22 poops.
Yes.
That doesn't
there's way
seem that
more.
bad.
Oh, there's way more.
No,
there's
that's
going to
the
be
thing.
way. Oh,
You say it
haven't
doesn't
even-
seem
this
as
is
bad.
This is the appetizer right now.
I know.
Like, you just wait.
Like I was already disgusted
You just
yesterday.
wait.
Already disgusted that I had to pick up 22 poops.
Did you?
right?
What
That's a
about
lot.
taking like a vacuum to go outside and just suck each one up into
A vacuum?
with what? Like if you just brought out like one of the cordless battery operated vacuums and just vroom, vroom, vroom,
For
vroom.
what?
into the container of the vacuum and then empty it out inside. Would that not be easier?
No.
That's like vacuuming water.
Yeah, and also you don't want to use a shop vac for that because then you have to empty out the container.
Yeah. Then your vacuum's ruined.
How's
then
your
the hose.
back? That's a lot of bending over. My back would be so sore after like 5.
That's fine.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
I'm fine.
I'd have
It
to
was
like get
just-
down on one knee.
Oh, no. There was some that was like smushed into the grass that I couldn't even get. But I'm just thinking now
Yeah.
of the remaining snow and what's underneath.
Oh, it's just full. It's going to be full.
You know, I saw a van driving
Is there not
around.
somebody you can hire to come and clean up
Yes.
the poo? There is.
I saw, and this blew my mind, but I saw that there is a company, I don't know the name of it, but I saw them driving around in Aurora one day.
Yeah.
And they will, I think they're called, I don't know, backyard scoopers or something like that.
Yeah.
But they literally go around your property and pick up any dog poop.
Really?
Yeah.
God,
I don't know
would
what
charge a premium for that.
I know,
I would charge
especially
so much
now,
money for that.
during this season.
Oh, yeah. Coronavirus premiums and everything else. You know what I mean? Like everything. Everything.
It was so gross, though.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What a way to get famous. There's a million ways to get famous, and you always want it to be for something that's going to, like, I don't know, maybe you can monetize or, I don't know.
Turn into some sort of a celebrity life.
Yeah, or it's like for a great talent or some, like, great thing you did. This story was, I couldn't avoid it. It was in the Daily Mail, People Magazine, USA Today, ABC News, CBS, New York Post. Everybody was talking about Kaylee Wilkes, and what made Kaylee Wilkes famous was that for 2 years, she watered what she thought was the perfect plant, the perfect succulent, and then found out that it was totally fake.
Hi, Kaylee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Where's the succulent plant right now?
In my bedroom.
Okay.
So you still have it?
I do. I didn't want to get rid of it.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it now. That's a famous plant.
I know, but it's almost like it's been lying to you, though.
No, I still totally love it.
Okay, so how did this plant make its way into your life? Like, did you buy this not knowing it was fake?
No, my husband actually bought it for me and gifted it to me because I had killed another succulent.
Oh, no.
And he
Wait,
had
did
no
he?
idea that it was fake.
Oh, he had no idea it was fake.
No, he didn't.
Okay, so when you say taking care of it, like you put this thing in a nice spot in the house and you were watering it and all that stuff?
Yeah, I had like a windowsill and it had a whole bunch of other plants on it as well. And they were all on a little watering system.
Right, but like you were super proud of this one though, right? Because it was doing so well?
Yeah, it was like my only succulent. And this one happened to like give me my green thumb basically and inspired me to buy more succulents. Yeah.
And did you like talk to it every day? Like, good morning, and then spritz it with some water?
No. It wasn't that dramatic though.
Okay, so how did you then find out that your perfect succulent was actually fake?
Well, I had bought new vases for all my plants and I started transplanting and that's when I made the discovery.
So what did you discover?
It was sitting on styrofoam. It was really heartbreaking.
Oh no! What went through your mind as soon as you saw that styrofoam?
Oh my God. I almost laughed and I almost cried and then I started really laughing and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to share this with my friends because it was just too funny not to laugh at.
Where did all the water go that you've been putting in this thing for the last 2 years?
Well, they don't require a ton of water, so I would just put a couple drips in it here and there. And
so I guess it just got absorbed in the styrofoam, right?
Yeah, or evaporated. I have no idea.
Okay, so you then what? You put this story on Facebook?
Yep.
When did you know that it took off, and did you feel like an even bigger loser when it did take off?
Well, I don't feel like a loser.
You know what I mean? I don't mean a loser, but this is the kind of thing where you're just like, it's one of these stories where they're like, how could you possibly? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It took like 24 hours, and it just kind of went crazy.
And then I saw Home Depot reached out to you and sent you a succulent, right? Like a real one.
Yeah, they're actually not the only ones. I had like some nursery all the way from France sending me stuff. And
wow.
Oh
a
my!
bunch of random people. It's
So now is
really
your house
crazy.
just full of like plants from like all these randoms around the world?
Yes.
Wow. So like now, now you can't kill any of them, right?
No. I started an Instagram page so that I can give updates on all these plants.
Oh, that's
You poor thing.
That's so cute. I
Because
love it.
we always talk that, even when people reluctantly become famous for something, that you always wish it's, for something great that you've done or like an incredible talent or whatever it is. And you're one of these people that falls into the category of you make news all over the world, but you make it for this. Like, how did that feel?
It made me realize, the world's not in the best place right now, and everybody just needed a laugh.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, no, you're
right
absolutely
time.
right. Have you checked to see if all those plants that, like the Home Depot and the people in Europe and everything else sent you, that they're not actually trolling you and that they are actual plants and people aren't sending you more fake plants?
I haven't gotten a single fake plant. I checked for roots, and yeah.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us on the Roz and Mocha Show. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, take care.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, this is the Roz and Mocha Show.
It's Alan. How are you guys?
What's up, man?
What's going on? I just wanted to call in and see how you guys are doing. I was walking my dog along the street, and I haven't heard much about Andy Monroe all week, so I wanted to see what was the update there.
You haven't heard about Andy Monroe. All we've been talking about for almost 2 weeks now
Okay, so
is Maury's dog, Andy Monroe.
Yeah, so Maury, anybody who's listened to this show, even dipping in and out over the years, you know that Maury's just always desperately wanted a puppy. His husband, damn it, Matthew, was always no, and they finally decided, and they picked the puppy up on Friday. They named him Andy Monroe. He has his own Instagram handle. What's the Instagram handle, Maury?
At Andy Monroe.
At Andy Monroe. Does Andy Monroe is Monroe the last name, or does he have
Monroe's actually the middle name, according to Matthew. It's actually Andy Monroe Carey.
Oh,
weird, but okay.
There you go. So Andy Monroe is at home now. They did their first weekend. It was rough. Maury and Matthew usually sleep till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They're waking up at 6 a.m. Do you want to fill in Alan, Maury, on how the week has gone so far?
I feel as though I really wanted to be like the best dad. Like I really wanted to be the best dad so my dad could be proud of the fact that he taught me well to be a good dad.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Maury's going to cry again.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to shut up when Maury's about to cry, man. Do you not know anything? Okay, go ahead, Maury.
And I just, I'm not ready for my dad to meet Andy Monroe yet, only because I feel that I'm failing horribly as a dad.
Why do you feel like you're failing?
First of all, can someone invent something where a dog could tell you what the hell it wants?
Well, sure, yeah, okay. Is that the problem? You don't feel that you can, like...
So here's the problem is that he goes from 1,000 to 0 and then back to 1,000 again, okay? So he's biting, he's shredding his pee pads, he's running around, he's chasing his tail, he looks at you like he wants to murder you, and then he lies down and is completely, like, ignoring you, and you're like...
No, because he's tired from all of that.
I know, but it's at that point
you're
you're
time
like,
to recharge.
when he's going around and running around and ripping everything and biting you, you're like, oh my God, settle down. Then when he does settle down, you're like, oh my God, is something wrong? Do you hate me?
Right. And so you think that if your dad sees you around Andy Monroe,
he's going to say, if I not taught you anything about fathering,
that your dad is going to think that you're a failure as a father, right?
Yeah.
And that he is then going to take that on himself, that he didn't do a good enough job with you.
And Matthew yesterday texted.
It's interesting that your dad would be bothered about your lack of parenting skills for a dog and not your lack of math skills. It's
for life.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to me that your dad never took it personally that you can't do basic arithmetic, but the dog is what's going to get him.
Yeah, because I feel as though he used to get upset at the math, and then he raised, okay, what next?
Right.
So Matthew told me yesterday, so I got this text from Matthew yesterday because the dog woke up again at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and Matthew wrote saying, we need to talk tonight.
Okay.
We have to figure this out because like I need sleep. I have an 8-hour day and I'm very busy and tired.
Right, yes.
And so he told me yesterday
Wait, but the dog woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning probably because he needed to go outside and pee.
Fair enough. You know, but what are you going to do? He needs his sleep. So Matthew spent. Matthew spent. He told me he spent hundreds of dollars on his credit card on things like lavender spray for the crate that's supposed to calm the dog. This thing that it cuddles with that warms up and has a heartbeat in it to replicate a dog's mom's heart.
You guys are doing everything you can to keep the dog in like a catatonic state. Like, you only like the dog when it's just lying there doing nothing.
You know what you guys should have got is a stuffed animal of a dog.
But I also bought a Wi-Fi camera, but I pointed it towards the kitchen so I could see Matthew leaving and coming from the shower.
That's the wrong usage for that thing.
You even like perv your husband.
Yeah, you know who you are?
So weird.
You're Joe from You.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk to Matthew? You push this button right here.
No, I really don't. Now, does Matthew have access to that camera to see what you do at home? When he doesn't. Okay.
There's your update, Alan.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Did you watch any of The Bachelor last night?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
So what happened? It was supposed to be the finale, and then what, they extended it to tonight?
Yeah, they're doing a finale tonight.
But so who did he pick?
I didn't make it to the end of the show.
Did you watch it, Shem? Come in here and explain this to me, please.
What happened?
Because I don't know. Because last night was the moment that they teased all year was with his mom.
Yes.
Saying, go get her, bring her home.
Can I spoil it?
Yeah.
So his mom was referring to Hannah Ann. She's a big fan of Hannah Ann, not a fan of Madison.
Right.
Madison essentially said she can't do it and walked away from him.
What is she can't do? Can't do what?
She said they just don't connect. They have different values. His lifestyle, not a fan of it. So she's like, I can't do it. But Chris Harrison did tease that we have not heard the last from Madison.
She gonna come back tonight.
Well, then what happens? I thought wasn't he with the producer of the show?
He's gonna go, okay, so if she's coming back tonight, right, he is going to go and dump the other girl.
Hannah Ann.
Yes.
And
go back with Madison.
Has to be.
I agree with you. That's what I think happens tonight.
But then what about that story from a few weeks ago?
With what he's dating the producer of the show.
Where the rumor is that he's dating her.
I have no idea.
Unless
I have no idea.
She comes back and then he's like, I'm not in love with you.
Yeah.
And he tells the other girl, I'm not in love with you. And then says, I'm in love with you and points at the producer.
Right. Right. But also, what do you figure that if you're Madison, you would really want to marry into that family with that mom? You know what I mean?
Mom's intense.
The mom's intense.
That'd be pretty awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so what, part 2's tonight?
Tonight.
Is it an hour or two?
Probably 2.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. City TV gonna be lit.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I fell asleep like 30 minutes in The Bachelor.
Oh.
The finale.
I don't even know what happened. I dipped in a little tiny bit. Shem, come in here, please. So here's what. What's that, Maury? Here is what. Here's what I know.
Something about his mom was like wilding out.
Okay, so explain this to me. So I know that he proposed to the one girl.
Correct. Hannah Ann.
He proposed to Hannah Ann. And then they waited a day, and then he broke up with Hannah Ann? He took the ring back?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a day. It was like a month.
Okay, a month.
But yes.
Like a day in TV world.
Sure, yes.
Okay,
yes.
so they got engaged in Australia. Then came back. They waited a month. He broke up with her.
Yep.
Okay. And then, so that was night 1. And the mom, Peter's mom, was all Hannah Ann all the time.
Yes, glowing, loving her.
Loved her. Right?
The best news ever. We're so happy for you. We love her so much. We love her. We love her.
It all worked out the way it was supposed to. So I'm extremely happy.
So happy.
Yo, that lady was thrilled.
Okay. So they love her.
Yeah.
And then, so he breaks up with her.
Yes.
And then last night, what happens?
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so it's the final show.
Yeah.
Peter comes on. Chris Harrison asks, are you and Hannah Ann still together? They're clearly not.
Right.
He a lot of emotions, really pissed off.
Yes.
Peter's mom, Barb.
Yeah.
Barb is livid. She's upset. She's angry. Hannah Ann comes out. She confronts Peter, does the whole "you're a piece of garbage" thing.
The whole
Hannah
thing,
Ann
huh?
tore Peter a new one. Like she tore him a new one.
Okay.
Said, if you want to be with a woman, you got to be a real man. It was really good. Really good.
Okay. And then, so where I came into the show last night was Peter was sitting on the couch, and then Chris Harrison goes, and you didn't know I was going to go do this, but I jumped on a flight and I went to wherever
Yes.
she was.
Yes.
And he went down and talked to
Madison.
And I watched this where Chris is talking to Madison, and she's like, "So what happened with Peter and Hannah Ann?" He's like, "They got engaged," and then she's like, "Oh, okay." And then they wait like 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes, this poor girl's sitting there crushed, like going through all the mistakes she made in her head. He goes, and then he dumped her. Right? Like, but they hung on to this for so long. And let me tell you why women are awesome. I mean, I don't have to tell you why women are awesome, but one of the reasons why women are awesome is that Hannah Ann in that moment, or Madison in that moment, said something. She's crushed, okay? Like, she's absolutely crushed. She feels that she made mistakes. Chris has just told Madison that Peter got engaged and then broke up in this whole thing. And instead of making it about herself, the first words out of her mouth were, "Is he okay?"
Aw, that's super sweet.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's just, that right there is the thing that makes women different from men. Right? Men wouldn't say that. So then they go back to the studio audience, right?
Yes.
The live show. Madison comes out with Peter. And then what happens?
Oh, my goodness. So, Chris Harrison asked, "Are you in love with Madison?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yes, I am."
Here we go.
And then the look on Peter's mom's face, Barb, it's,
Barb, how do we turn the page and give this a shot together?
Chris, he's going to have to fail to succeed. That's it. Chris, all his friends, all his family, everyone that knows him knows that it's not, it's not going to work. So we've been trying to help him. Would we want it to work? Yes.
Savage.
Welcome to the family.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Chad Johnson from The Bachelor.
Who is Chad Johnson again?
The hothead with the cold cuts.
Oh, Psycho Chad.
Yeah,
That's all you had to say.
Yeah, Psycho Chad. So do you remember a couple weeks ago when he got arrested for threatening and trying to break into his girlfriend's house, Annalise?
Yeah, didn't he like smash a bunch of stuff too?
He put a hole in the wall, and then he was
Yeah.
like kicking on the door, and then she had him arrested, and he got charged. So I guess they're back together.
What?
Right? I guess in some capacity they're back together. I don't know. And they're back together so much so that he did a podcast interview yesterday, and I didn't believe this until I actually heard it.
Yeah.
But I guess he went from being arrested for domestic violence, and then a week and a half later, they've decided to release X-rated videos together.
What? Stop it.
Yeah.
Psycho Chad?
So I guess I don't know a lot about this, but there's a website called OnlyFans. Do you know what that is? Right? Like these two jabronis in the other room, Shem and Maury being like, oh yeah.
What is it?
What is
OnlyFans? So
just be like,
absolutely.
Use discretion, please.
1,000%. So it's a website where you can go on. It's like Cameo, where you can charge people to, I guess, access videos, right? So,
am I going to get in trouble for looking this up on a work computer?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
So
yes, God, yes.
Yes. Okay. So anybody can put videos on there and charge like $10 to $50 for a monthly subscription.
If you opened your own OnlyFans, fans could write you and say, "Hey, Maury, we would like a video of you doing this."
No, there's
and
like 10 videos already on. Like you, let's just say you post 10 videos.
Do requests.
1,000%.
Okay, so this is Chad talking on the Dominic Natty show. Listen to this.
Probably. I mean, we've already made a lot of sex tapes.
Hold on. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go.
Probably. I mean, we've already made a lot of sex tapes. We just kept them to ourselves. We were like, why don't we? We're going to do this all the time. We might as well, put it out there maybe. Why not? Like, at this point, I was like, yeah, what do we got to lose?
Right? So he has his own page. She has her own page. And now, apparently, according to Chad, they have a page together. And
so this is how they're making money?
This is how they're making money.
You can make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, this is how they're making money.
Subscriptions.
Is this the first Bachelor couple to go X-rated after the show? I think it might be.
That we've known, yeah.
I think it might be.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody else.
And it took this long too, which is actually kind of shocking. But yeah, so I don't get this, man. So Chad Johnson literally like 2 weeks ago gets arrested for domestic violence, and not only are he and Annalise back together, but they've opened an OnlyFans page where they're going to be uploading X-rated videos together. It's wild, man.
Wait, I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Sit back down, Maury.
No, I was going to go get my phone to see how much they're charging.
No.
Oh.
How much money have you spent on OnlyFans to view videos of people and whatever videos they have access to?
I'd say maybe $100 because it's monthly, right?
Oh, it's a subscription.
Yeah, so each person, like if you charge $15 a month for this person, $10 a month for that person.
So what videos have you seen?
Don't. So here for Chad Johnson,
Oh my God, dude, you're doing this on a work computer?
Yeah, whatever. For Chad Johnson, the per month prescription is $27.99.
That's high.
That's high?
That's high.
Such a quick answer.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, is this Nisha?
This is.
It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry for waking you. Oh my God, did we wake you?
No. I was trying to get the little guy down anyway. So
okay.
I had to wait for a while.
Here's a text that we got yesterday after we left the show, Roz. It said, hey, Roz and Mocha, my name is Nisha, and I really wanted to call in. You guys are hard to get a hold of. And let you know how much I missed you guys. I just had a baby 3 months ago. I've been listening to you guys for 10 years, and it was my morning ritual to listen in to your show. You guys always brighten my days, and it was a great way to start my morning. I've been on hiatus because I just had a baby 3 months ago, and I was in the car driving, and I had the pleasure of listening again. Thank you for making my day. I love you guys. So Nisha, what's your little guy's name?
His name is Tristan Kal-El Williams.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Strong name.
Little homage to Superman.
Is it your first?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. And what's the experience like for you? I mean, it's only 3 months, but what's the experience like for you?
I've got to say, I do love being a parent, but nobody tells you about the poop show that hits your life.
Oh, yeah.
When you have a baby, man, it really turns your life upside down.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, poop gets everywhere.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. So everything is just a crap show with a newborn.
Yeah.
Not like everything is different.
Completely.
Like even like you can't even have a cup of coffee. You know?
No.
Like nothing.
No.
I mean, you can, but by the time you get to it, it's ice cold.
Yeah, nothing works.
Yeah.
Nothing works like it should.
And how are you? How are you feeling, Nisha?
You know what? I feel better now that it's the 3 months in. I feel a lot more confident and. Better as a parent. The first couple of months, I honestly was like, what the hell have I done to myself?
And guess what? People do.
Crazy. I know.
Yeah, and some people do it like multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but I mean, now that I'm in 3 months in, I get it. He's starting to settle down a bit, and I my feet are wet now, and I do feel a lot better about it, a lot more comfortable with him.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, listen, we just wanted to say hi, and we can't thank you enough for your dedication to the Roz and Mocha Show, and more importantly, wanted to say congratulations on the new baby.
Thank you. Listen, I want to tell you guys that you really do truly make my mornings. I used to stop off at Tim Hortons, grab a little, breakfast, and I would go to work really early, but I would end up sitting in the parking lot and just listening to your show because you guys kill me. It's and not just like the laughter and the energy that the two of you have with each other. It's Maury is also sprinkled in there, and I would just sit and listen, and if I had a rough night the night before or a rough day, wake up in the morning and listen to your show. It just made me feel so great. I'd be happy. You guys are just awesome, and I have to tell you as well, the FML and the realness that you guys share with people is fantastic. I wish that show was around 10 years ago when you guys do your FML and people call in and you're so real, and I think that's really important in this day and age. So I want to thank you guys for what you do.
Oh, you have no idea how much that means to us. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite, though?
I knew you guys were going to ask me that. See, for me, you guys are one entity. It's Roz and Mocha, not Roz and Mocha.
Yeah, but in reality, we're two separate people. So
I know.
I think I know which way this is going. Would you like me to take my headphones off so I don't hear your answer?
No. Are you kidding? I was actually going to say Roz. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I'll take
Mocha,
that.
I love you, but Roz, your realness is so refreshing, and I just the way that you deal with people it's your sarcasm too. I love it. So
you're still sleep deprived. I think you're not thinking straight. got the 3-month-old at home, keeping you awake all night, waking up every few hours.
Yeah, we'll call you back in another 3 months. see if you get your head straight.
Love you lots,
Mocha,
Nisha.
I do love your laugh.
All right.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
You too, guys. Thanks a lot.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hannah Ann was on, Maury just put the clip in for you.
Oh, okay.
Hannah Ann was on, she's going to be on Ellen today. It's going to air today.
Yeah.
But who was the guest host? Sean Hayes from Will and Grace.
Oh, okay.
I like that Ellen does that. I like that when she dips, they don't do a rerun. They always have a guest host in. She's really good at picking them too.
Who else does that? Somebody else does that. Corden, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
he's
cool.
really good at picking guest hosts too.
Oh, yeah. But doesn't when Corden does it, he has... Is it for the full week?
Yeah, I think
Sometimes he gets
because
somebody
didn't
for the
Harry
full week,
Styles
right?
co-host for the guest host
Last
for the
week.
full week?
Yeah.
It was great.
Bieber did it once.
Yeah. So Hannah Ann, this is the first time she's really talked about The Bachelor and Peter since the big night on Monday and Tuesday, right? What's up, Maura?
So this was part of he's calling it Hannah Answers, and it's like a rapid fire thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Tricky.
Is Peter a good kisser?
Oh.
I don't know about that one.
Oh, right away,
Wow.
Hannah Ann. Come on now. You're not salty.
Is Peter a good kisser?
I don't know about that one.
Really? Wow, you heard it here first. Are you doing Bachelor in Paradise?
There might be a bikini waiting for me. I don't know.
That means yes. That means yes.
Who would you be interested in dating from the Bachelor world?
I think this is the easiest question.
Okay.
Tyler Cameron?
Who's that? You've got a lot of people agreeing with you. Do you regret anything from this experience?
I don't regret loving Peter. Regret trusting, probably. Regret
Okay.
trusting him.
All right.
Jeez.
Fair enough.
Who's Tyler Cameron?
Hannah Brown season. Hannah Brown last year.
Oh.
Yes.
Yo, you know what, though?
I gotcha. He looks like he should be like he looks like an underpant model, right?
Yes. He was one of the guys that people thought should have been the Bachelor this year.
guy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
This guy.
Stupid perfect face.
You know what, though?
Yeah.
She answered that question a little too quick.
Right.
Like, she's already got her number 2 lined up. She answered that a little too quick.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so it looks like she's going to be on Paradise if they do Paradise.
She got that bikini waiting.
Yeah.
She said so.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, I got a question for you about the Property Brothers.
Yes.
When are these guys just going to start up their own network?
I'm sure that they've thought of it, and then it just doesn't make the best business sense for them because everything is about business. Their empire thrives because every decision they make is like the perfect decision.
So Jonathan and Drew Scott, they got shows on shows on shows.
Yeah.
And they have a new show that's going to debut April 13th on HGTV.
Yeah, it's Celebrity IOU, where they go and it's like Michael Bublé's on there, Brad Pitt is on there, Melissa McCarthy's on there, and they go back, from the way I understand it, to people that help them at some point in their lives, like regular people, and then they do something really great for them. Also, Jonathan, we know, is now with Zooey Deschanel, and they're madly in love.
Jonathan Scott.
Hello.
What's up, boyfriend? It's Roz and Mocha. How you doing?
We are well. Well, more importantly,
Oh,
Drew
both
is
of you
here.
are there.
Oh,
Nice.
my God.
Yes.
Both of you guys.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Jonathan and Drew Scott. Hello.
Now, what are you guys doing, first of all? Where are you? How are you keeping safe? Are you wearing gloves? Are you wearing masks? Because you guys travel more than any two humans I've ever met in my life.
Well, we have, right now we're doing a slumber party over at Melissa McCarthy and Brad Pitt's places, just hanging out with them, like we always do. No, we travel a lot. I mean, we're trying to keep ourselves healthy and safe as much as possible. We're right on the East Coast right now.
Jeez, man. And this new show, it's funny because I was talking to you guys a while ago about this new show. And then one of you, I don't remember which one it was, probably Jonathan, because he leaks everything. I mentioned Brad Pitt, right? Brad Pitt. And then I just never heard anything about the show. And then I started to think, sure, you guys are hanging out with Brad Pitt. And then boom, here we are, the brand new show with Brad Pitt, Melissa McCarthy, Viola Davis, Rebel Wilson, Michael Bublé. What is this show, Celebrity IOU?
We basically partner with huge celebrities who identify someone who's been really important to them, maybe pivotal in making them who they are, starting their career.
Yeah.
And with that celebrity, we do a surprise makeover on that person's house. And, I mean, the stories are incredible. Michael Bublé, his grandfathers who got him into music, who sat him down, played in crooner records, even bartered, he was a plumber, bartered his services with local Vancouver clubs where Michael was too young to actually perform, to get him on stage and sing. And his grandfather's dying wish was that Michael take care of Manette, who was his grandfather's caretaker for the last 12 years of his life. And so that's what Michael's doing, renovated the house for her and her family. All the stories are beautiful, and it was an amazing experience, and it's something that it's been about 3-4 years in the works for it to happen.
I love these stories. This is my like favorite kind of TV. I love when you see people and you guys just like they go back and you just meet the people that made those people,
Right.
the people that
You kinda get the real story behind them, right?
When you
absolutely.
started,
and we actually were going to approach one of you guys about doing the show, and we couldn't figure out which of you was more famous, so we just decided not to do an episode with either of you.
But it's funny because I would then have to go and make over Jonathan's house because he's the most important person in my world. So, it's like a big win-win-win all around.
I just wanted to know, because you had said that this had been kind of in the works for about 3-4 years. Whose idea was it to partner up with celebrities for this show?
Originally, it was Jonathan and me talking about, there have been celebrity shows in the past, but it was always like renovating their McMansion, and it's not relatable for anybody out there. And those shows haven't really done that well, ratings-wise. And so Jonathan and I were talking about, what about if it's celebrities that are giving back to an everyday person, just a regular person out there and somebody who could really use it. And we actually first spoke to Viola Davis years ago at the Emmys, and within 10 seconds of talking to her, she's like, I'm sold. I know exactly what I want to do this for. And so that's why it's so nice to see it come to fruition. And for her, it was her story, her best friend from back in her acting school days that we did the transformation for. And it was emotional and to see, it's sort of pulling back the curtains to see a real side of these celebrities, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Whose story really got to you guys when you found out and you saw the reaction and you heard the celeb speaking, again, between Brad Pitt, Melissa McCarthy, Viola Davis, Rebel Wilson, Michael Bublé? Which one of those stories really, not shocked you guys, but like really got you emotional about it?
I will tell you there is emotion in every single one of these episodes. There are a lot of tears. Contractors do cry. And I mean, particularly when you look at Melissa McCarthy's story, so she's from Chicago, just outside of Chicago, and her family are all cops. They're career cops. And her episode, it was her uncle who, about 12 years ago, he drove the paddy wagon, and so he's putting somebody in the paddy wagon, and he got charged at by the perp who knocked him back, hit him with a door, and actually crushed his spine, and he was paralyzed. And after years and years of therapy and a lot of surgeries, her uncle was able to just barely walk again, and the house they were in was treacherous. It was all tile, and it was just not set up for somebody who has mobility issues. And so we went in there, and we completely transformed the whole house. And I'm telling you, the emotion that came out of that and seeing her family, and also the fun, seeing that family together as a unit, that's what this show's all about.
How's it going with Zoe, Jonathan?
Going well.
It looks like it. It looks like it.
He hasn't got sick of me yet.
No? Are you guys just singing all the time?
We actually do. We do sing all the time. We're both very musical people. And it's like, one of those things where I'll be working on set or, and I've always been that way too, where if somebody happens to say something that happens to be a lyric in a song, boom, instantly turn a song. She's exactly the same way. It's actually quite annoying for me on set.
I was going to say.
Kind of work. And then I look over, and Jonathan's just looking off into nowhere, going, I really can't suck. Give me a hammer right now.
Man.
Celebrity IOU premieres Monday, April 13th, 10 p.m. on HGTV Canada. Jonathan and Drew Scott, Property Brothers, thank you so much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Thanks, guys. You're welcome. Talk soon.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What was happening at Nathan Phillips Square over the weekend?
Because Comic-Con's coming up.
Yeah.
So they had a cosplay.
What does cosplay mean? Costume play?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's like stormtroopers on the ice and people dressed up as Power Rangers.
Skating?
Skating.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was. Listen, man, I freaking loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's one solo thing that I enjoy doing,
yes,
and my wife is totally cool with it, is going
two. Okay, we know what number one is. Let's go with number two. Okay.
is going to, not dressed up, but going to Comic-Con.
Okay.
And just like walking around.
Would you ever dress up? Is there anything? Because I know people who do cosplay and do dress up. It's a different breed of human.
Yeah.
Not better, not worse. No. They're just a different kind of person who finds enjoyment in cosplay, and it's never people that you would expect. When you find out that you know somebody who likes to cosplay, it's wild.
There's
You're like,
one person
really
recently that I found out is major into cosplay.
Yeah.
And I would never in a million years have guessed.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind.
Yep.
And now every single time I see this person, I think of cosplay.
That's all you think of.
Yeah.
Same, me too. I found out somebody in my life that I've known for years. I found out that they cosplay.
But you know, it's interesting because when I go to these like Comic-Con or whatever, I will talk to people because I'm just so surprised and like the detail that goes into some of these outfits that they put together. I have like questions.
Yes.
You know, like how long did it take for you to piece this together?
They're committed.
Like how careful are you with the care? Do you keep this in a separate closet? You know, do you like, what do you do to prepare?
We have my brother is so into making his own Halloween costumes, and his costumes are incredible. My brother is such an amazing artist when it comes to that stuff and prosthetics, and he makes all his own masks, and he made his own Groot costume from Guardians of the Galaxy, and then became like nerds online and on Insta love him. Yeah. They love my brother. So I live with that. We have a storage unit that we pay for every single month that is primarily there to house his Halloween costumes of years past.
Really?
And they're all like on stands. Like when you walk in, it looks like a museum. Because he has his Bigfoot costume. He has his 9-foot troll costume that he made. He has his alien costume. Like they're all there.
He's like the collector from
Groot. Yes,
Marvel.
Yes, he is. Right. He's just like the collector from Marvel. Yeah, but we pay. Like that's what it takes to be that kind of nerd.
Yeah.
Like when you're that kind of nerd, where you're like, how much time and care goes into this? We pay a fee every single month to store his costumes.
Like if I were to go and dress up, I think I would have to be something from Star Wars, and it would either be a Stormtrooper or Darth Vader.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but aren't you a little short to be a Stormtrooper?
Hey, man. Not cool.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello. It's Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
Hi, my name's Amy.
What's up, Amy?
You guys were talking about cosplay, and I saw a text being like, cosplay is really difficult, so don't hate on it.
Nobody was hating on cosplay.
Are you kidding me? If anything, I envy people who have the time and commitment to put into some of these outfits. Are you kidding?
Yeah, it's actually like surprisingly difficult. I was listening to you guys talk, and Roz, you said your brother does like really intricate Halloween costumes, and then that's how kind of like I was like that. And then my boyfriend really pushed me. He's like, you know what? You should just try cosplaying and like start building a following online. So I'm still like super new on it, but yeah.
What is your go-to for cosplay? Is it like one specific thing, or do you kind of have a wide range of outfits?
Honestly, I just do whatever. Like I was like, that's a cool movie. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So
here, let me give you.
all over the place.
Let me shout out right now my brother's Instagram. It's R.A. Weston 02. Because obviously I got the good one. No, so it's R.A. Weston, so RAWESTON 02, and on it he's a new
02 or 02?
02, sorry. Gotcha. R.A. Weston 02. His Bigfoot is on there. His demon is on there. What else is on there?
I think the one that he did of Groot is my favorite
his
that he did.
Groot, his Groot
the
is on there.
The detail in that one is incredible.
His Bigfoot's really great, though. But his Groot one that he made it from scratch, and it's truly like It's incredible. It's so much better than any of the ones that people are buying. But yeah, so check that out. If you're a huge nerd into that stuff like masks, and he makes his own molds. I had to pour stuff over his face one time, and he had straws in his mouth and up his nose, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you, man. He's like, no, trust me, you won't kill me.
I got the straws.
Yeah, he's like, I got these straws. So like, I'm upstairs pouring latex over his head. Like, oh my god, you have no idea.
Wow.
It's a whole thing. But check that out if you're into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'll follow it. It takes a lot of work. Latex have not gotten that far, but I just basically sew like dresses or whatever like costume I'm planning on making.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy.
great.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.
Hello.
Hey, it's Razamoka. I want to talk to you about this text that you sent to us, D.
Sure.
Hey, Razamoka, my ex-fiance was seriously into cosplay, and it was one of the few reasons I left him. I know it sounds horrible,
Oh, wow.
but he was just so full of himself, cosplay, and video games. How much did cosplay affect your relationship that you have to call off your engagement?
It was a major part. He was into a lot of video games, and it wrapped around everything. And he would literally prepare for, the big cosplay that happens every May on Airport Road there.
Yeah.
At that convention center. It literally would go the whole year just planning his costume and everything. Him and his friends, they'd go the whole year just to plan it, and they make it by hand. And it was just very intense for them.
Yeah.
And
What kind of costumes? Can you remember?
1 year, I believe it was Zelda. He made his own sword and everything, and it was, I don't know. I honestly don't know much about them. I went once with him, maybe.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really into it. I got bored of it.
Did he ask you to dress up?
He asked me if I wanted to. I said no.
Oh.
Hard no.
Oh.
Oh.
Like, so why was this such a problem? Did you think that he was a nerd, or what? Like, what didn't you like about
No,
him?
I
Why couldn't
no
he have his
problem with
thing?
that. I have no problem with that. Like, to each their own.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're in a relationship, it's 50-50, Like, you can enjoy your time with your boys and your games and stuff like that, but, like, you need to, give your girl some time, some cuddle time, Take her on a nice date, take her to a movie. But it's like maybe like every 3 months or something, I'd have to beg him to pay attention to me. And it would just cause fights and arguments. And long story short, in the end, I ended up having a miscarriage, and he really just didn't even take care of me after that.
Oh.
It was all about his video games. So I was like, you know what? Time to call it quits.
And what's your life like now?
Wonderful. I met a new guy. He's all taken care of. I just got over the flu, and he literally did not let me get out of bed for nothing. He took care of me, and he's amazing. Like, I think I literally found my soulmate. So.
Oh, that's so nice.
Do you take care of him, or is this like,
Oh, it's both ways.
Okay.
When he's really sick, I take care of him. When I'm really sick, he takes care of me. And he's a doll with my mom, to be honest. Like, I've never met a man who literally, like, even the way he is with his mom, like, I've never met somebody who cares for somebody so much like that. Like, it truly melts my heart.
Aw, That's real nice. Well, thank you for texting in, Dee, and thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys are bomb. Like, you guys make my day every day in the morning.
Okay, but between Roz and Mocha, who's more bomb? Who's your favorite?
Oh, man. Really, bro? You have to do this to me, Mocha?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can't. I have to say Mocha. I love his laugh. Like, it's just contagious. It's like a baby's laugh. Like, you just have to laugh and laugh.
Hold on.
Sorry, Ron.
It's like a baby's laugh?
Yeah, when you see a baby laugh and you just start, like, laughing because it's just so contagious. That's how Mocha
But you don't
laugh
mean
is.
like I laugh like a baby.
No, not like a baby. No, it's just contagious.
I was
like
going to
that.
say, because I was about to add that to my list of all the other things that Mocha has that remind you of a baby.
Shut up.
Oh, my
You don't have a list. You don't have a list, right?
I have a list.
Thanks, Dee. Love you lots.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How was the weekend on SNL? I didn't see it.
He was good. I mean, the weekend's a weekend.
Yeah.
People thought he got beat up, though.
Why?
Because he showed up in his like in his music videos. If you've watched the videos or you follow him on social, any of the pictures that he's posting, they're all either shots from his music videos or like promotional shots where he's got like black eye, cut over his nose, cuts to his face, Band-Aids everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And so he shows up like that performing, right? It's all part of the thing that he's doing. It's part of the act.
Right.
And then like people on social are sending out messages like, is nobody concerned that he got beat the F up? And then someone said, is it supposed to represent him being beaten up or is this an accident? Somebody said, I love various art forms, even if I don't always understand their meaning. Yeah. I'm afraid I don't understand what the message or statement of the weekend's battered face was. But he performed Blinding Lights and a new song called Scared to Live. One person wrote, his face is all messed up because he's a fallen angel. Duh.
Who would have thought that 5 years ago, when did The Weeknd come out? When did he launch? When was that?
Like forever ago.
Okay, but let's just say this.
This is a new song, by the way, called Scared to Live. So what are you going to say?
Just with Blinding Lights.
Yeah.
I'm like, who would have thought 5 years ago that we'd get to a point in music where it was The Weeknd who was putting out a song that people could dance to?
Oh, yeah.
You know
if
what
you
I
go
mean?
back and like before he achieved, let's call it commercial success.
Yeah.
Right? So anything pre-2016, those albums that were released, they were all kind of mid to down to super slow tempo.
Yeah. But,
music,
but
like
everything
sexy
else was
music.
super dancey at that time. And then we all just fell off a cliff where everybody just started making depressing music.
Yeah.
And now it's The Weeknd and Gaga who are releasing dance
I know.
tracks.
They've kind of like turned things around.
It's wild. It's wild to me. But no. So if you were concerned because you saw him on SNL, The Weeknd did not get beat up in New York.
He's fine.
Everybody.
He's okay.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, this is Rashmi.
What's up, Rashmi? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
How's Roz?
Good.
Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to tell you guys that I start my day at 5:15 in the morning, and the first thing I do is tell Alexa to play 92.5 Kiss FM. And then you guys, the Reloaded episodes start, and I can listen to that until like 6 in the morning. And when I'm in the car for like 5-10 minutes, I can listen to you guys in person, like not in person, but like the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love you guys.
Oh, thank you. We love you right back. And then do you get a chance to listen like throughout the morning, or are you by that point like at work?
Unfortunately, no, because I get to work by 6:15 and then I can't actually listen to you guys, but I listen to your podcast when I leave work.
Ah, perfect.
Yes. And you know what? I don't like to cook that much, but you know what I do? When I cook, I just play a podcast and I keep listening to you guys and I have a smile on my face and I can actually cook as well.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. That's
so
wonderful.
great.
You guys are amazing. I just love you guys. Even Maury.
Even Maury.
Well, Rashmi, thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show whenever you can. We definitely appreciate it. Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
It's hands down Roz.
Oh, hands down, pants down.
You know what?
What's that?
You know what? My husband tells me, I don't know why I ever introduced you to the show.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Wait, so it was your husband that listened to the show, told you about it, you fell in love with the show, a.k.a. fell in love with Roz, and now your husband is jealous.
No, I'm in love with Roz, and I'm in love with all you guys. You guys are amazing.
This is not the first time we've had a jealous husband on our hands. Huh? No, it's not. It's always interesting. It's always fun. It's always fun.
Why do I get so like jealousy when other people say that they love you? I don't know. It really puts like a weird kink in my heart.
I can't talk to you about that. I can't talk to you.
Crush on
Exactly. I don't want to have this conversation now. Listen,
just don't look at me. Look the other way and answer.
I normally
You're the one that walked in here.
Yeah. You know what that's man. You know how stalkery that? Don't look at me, just love me. You don't even have to look at me. Okay? You don't even have to look at me. Just love me.
Well, Rashmi,
So
again,
weird.
thank you so much for sharing part of your day with the Roz and Mocha Show. We love you for it.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Matt. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. You wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, fix my life. Looking for some fun ideas for a bachelor party. First weekend in April in Toronto. You grew up in Hamilton and you've lived in the area your whole life, but you've never done anything in the actual city. You're staying near the Rogers Center, and sadly the groom isn't a Jays fan.
Oh, man.
Or it would be easier. We'd love to hear what you guys think. So how many guys are you looking at for the bachelor party?
So it's kind of a little bit of a weird setup. The Friday night we're doing 6 guys, just because it's just going to be just the wedding party. We've never all really met each other, so my brother wants us to get to kind of know each other first.
Yeah.
And then the Saturday night he has a couple more friends coming down. So we were thinking maybe the Friday night something a little bit more chill, right? We even thought just because of where we're staying, maybe just go out for dinner somewhere, go to the rec room, have a few drinks there, maybe just kind of hang out around that area. But then the Saturday is just a complete toss-up. We don't know what to do from morning to night.
Gotcha.
Because none of us are, even the groom, he grew, like, it's my brother, but like he grew up in Hamilton, but now he lives in St. Catharines, Niagara region, right? So, and a couple of his groomsmen are from there. My cousin's from Windsor. So it's entirely a different mix of people.
So
from
how
areas,
many people on the Saturday?
We're thinking maybe 8 to 9.
Okay. And you can bleep this, right, Mocha?
Yeah.
We need to know out of the gate.
My brother is.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, looks like you figured out your own problem. Thanks so much for calling in.
That's it, right?
Okay. You guys can figure that part of the night out.
I think my brother's thought too was for even like dinner. We had in our head something like Copacabana, but obviously you guys may know more about good steakhouses or anything like that, or even. My brother's kind of like you, Roz. He's a big cider guy.
Yeah.
So is there a good brewery around that we could tour?
Yeah,
like that?
I mean, Brickworks is definitely available to you. As far as like just a parade of meat, I don't know if you guys have ever been to one of those Brazilian barbecue places where they bring the swords and they just start slicing meats off onto your.
That's what Copacabana is like. They have one in Niagara Falls and they just walk around constantly with swords and meat.
It's like it's the best. Now, as far as fun goes, there's an infinite places to eat in Toronto. Like there's so much great food here. But as far as like things go, where you want to have some fun, like honestly, dude, getting kind of drunk and doing an escape room is really fun.
Ooh, good one.
Right?
Yeah.
I've just recently got into, and I haven't done it yet, but I've been doing a bunch of research on it because me and a couple friends are going to go. Airsoft looks really intriguing to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I've heard about that, dude. Yeah.
So airsoft is like you go in and they give you like these guns, like you have handguns and machine guns and everything else, but they shoot these little tiny non-lethal pellets and they set up these entire target ranges, right?
That's cool.
So, yeah, there's a place in Toronto that I follow on Instagram called Pew Pew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're called Pew Pew. So like stuff like that is really cool. I'm also like a big fan of bowling. I'm a big fan of, like, I don't do dangerous things. So I'm not the guy that's going to go skydiving with you, and I'm not the guy that's going to do the edge walk with you and all that stuff.
Wait a minute,
right?
Matt. So what kind of stuff is your brother into? Like, we should find that out first.
He's a hockey guy. Like I'm sure he's willing to step out of his comfort zone. Like the airsoft does sound really cool.
Okay. Matt, there is one bachelor party in downtown Toronto that I did where they set up like a bar hop. Everyone met at one particular bar, and then we all had these cards that said which bar was next, right? So you all start together at one place, and then if you can all kind of roam the streets as a group, you can. If not, like in our case, some of the guys wanted to hang out a little bit more at one particular bar, so maybe they skipped bar number 2, and then they made their way over to bar number 3 or 4, and then we all kind of got together again. And by the end of it, we were all total maybe 7 or 8 bars that we went to and just all had a drink, and it was still, as Ross said, a social thing, and you got a chance to kind of like talk to everybody, get to know everyone, and still have a good time.
That sounds like a good idea. It's just like I said, like I don't know, like because we're not from Toronto. Like, is there bars you guys even recommend? Like Mocha, like you're kind of like me, right? Like sports, even like I'm going to go crazy, like the hat collection, like all that stuff, where my brother is more, like I said, more ciders and everything like that. So that's why I'm trying to pick Roz's brain too, right? Like, is there a bar even in Toronto that's more
like a hat bar that sells cider?
Has a big cider selection?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna trademark that. Hats and ciders.
Steam whistle right down by the Rogers
That's beer,
Center.
though. That's beer, though. His brother's a cider guy.
That's the thing, right? Because my brother's not a beer guy at all.
Me neither.
So
here's what we're gonna do. You got a couple ideas from us. Now we're gonna throw it out to people who you like hats and cider. Okay.
I like hats.
Copywritten, by the way.
Yes.
I'm copywriting that.
Yes.
Every
So
time I see
it's-
mocha with a fresh 5950, I'm like, you son of...
It's 925-555, okay? And we're going to get people to throw out some suggestions right now for you and your bro. And so keep listening. We're going to play a song. We'll come back, and then we'll get to some of the suggestions, okay?
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your help.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catherine is she's a different person this time of year.
Yeah.
Oh, she hates the winter more than anybody. She hates it. Like she legitimately is a different person.
Really?
It's like you suggest something to her, she's like, no. But in the summer, it's like every single minute is filled with like fun. Yeah. She just doesn't react well to it.
Bubblegum and cartwheels all
she
day.
doesn't react well to it, right? It's not for her.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if winter's for really anybody, but if you're not an outdoorsy person and you don't enjoy winter, right now, everybody's just starting to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
We're
That's
all
like me.
just
I hate
waking
doing
up.
all outdoor stuff in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I mean, I
hate
don't
it.
mind skating. I enjoy
Yeah.
skiing, but I don't ski. I don't snowboard.
No.
I don't do any of that stuff.
No, I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's pretty. I don't like it. Right?
I mean, if I did that stuff, I'd like it.
Sure, but I don't. You know, I've never.
You don't like a lot of things.
No, I've never skied.
You never skied?
No.
Oh, not even to try?
No.
Not even snowboard.
It's too dangerous.
Oh, it's fun.
It's too dangerous.
You don't ski?
I have skied when I was younger.
Did you?
I mean, I
Like
went
on a
down.
hill?
I went down. Yeah, I went to like Blue Mountain. I went down the whole hill with my toes pointed to slow me down, but I still did
French
it.
fries pizza. Like I know the rules.
I tried
of skiing.
snowboarding.
Yeah.
What's French
I don't
fries
mind.
pizza?
Yeah, it's how they teach you. You went snowboarding?
Yeah. I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really? Huh?
Yeah. I'd do it again.
It's too dangerous.
I've just
I
never
would hurt myself.
picked up on it. Like my friends go all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh? No, I could never. It's too dangerous. Standing on the top of a hill and you expect me to go down, like on something that's going to make me go faster? Hell no.
So do you scoot down on your bum?
I don't go to the top of a hill.
What about like tobogganing or tubing or anything?
I'll go tobogganing. Sure. I'll go
What's the difference?
I'll
Like
go
tobogganing is
no, it's
you're still
too,
sitting down.
No, it's too much. No, yeah, I'm going to break something if I go on because if you're going to go snowboarding, like the people who even go to what's that giant place, Blue Mountain, right? What?
Okay, yeah.
What? Isn't it a mountain?
Yeah.
No, it's not?
It's a hill.
Oh, it's a hill. Okay, so Blue Hill, right?
No, it's Blue Mountain.
Blue Mountain.
But yes.
Right. Okay, so anyway, I would never do that. I could never do that. I would be so terrified. I would be so terrified that I was going to die.
What if it was like one of the smaller hills?
A smaller hill.
Yeah.
No, why would I want to do that? I have such better things to do with my time and my life than to throw myself down a hill.
Like what? Sit on your laptop and just watch YouTube videos?
Yes. Yes.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Maya.
Hi.
What's up? It's Roz and Mocha.
So nice to hear from you guys. How's it going?
Good.
So, Maya, you wrote us this, that you're originally from Toronto, but you moved to Niagara Falls for work in January 2019. You couldn't afford your own place at the time, so one of your colleagues offered you a room at his house 10 minutes away from work for super cheap.
Nice.
The past year, you said, has been awesome. The guy's like an older brother to you, and in October, his girlfriend moved in, and she's great, and you all get along, and they've never made you feel like anything or you had to leave. It's been over a year, and I'm wondering if I should move out. I try to stay in my room as much as possible or go back to Toronto on my days off, but sometimes I feel a little bit like a third wheel. You don't want to move out because rent is cheap and you don't like living alone, and it is helping you save because it is so close to work. You ask this, should I bring it up and get their thoughts on the matter, or should I keep quiet and not ruin this arrangement and just wait for them to bring it up?
I don't know, Maya. It sounds like you got a pretty sweet deal. Nobody has a problem with it. So why can't you just keep living there?
I don't know. I just don't want to be an inconvenience in any way or it be like a ticking clock, and I'm like anticipating an awkward conversation almost.
Yeah, like I know you don't know what they talk about. You don't know if she's, if they're like, God, is she gonna like be here forever? And he's like, hey, listen, she was here before. I offered her the room. She's really great, and it's
Pays
nice
rent
to have
on time.
her. Pays rent on time.
You do pay rent on time, right?
I do. I do
okay,
everything on time. I clean up after myself. Like I try to make it look like I'm not here.
Yeah.
But has there ever been a situation, you mentioned that you feel like the third wheel. Has there ever been a situation where it has been awkward because you're standing there or you're in the same room?
No, I think I just overthink it and I make myself feel a little awkward, but they've never made me feel awkward.
Right. I would say this. How well do you get along with the girlfriend?
I get along with her great.
Maybe why don't you two ladies sit down and just have a quick conversation? And maybe the conversation should go something like, hey, we all know that, we're not all going to be living with each other forever. You guys could be together for years. I'm not going to be with you forever. This will eventually come to an end. What I want to avoid is I never want to feel like a third wheel. I never want you to resent me being here. I like it here because it's cheap rent. I don't like living alone, and I really get along with the two of you. But why don't we just establish right now that if it ever gets to that point, that we can all sit down and have this conversation without any weirdness? Because it's going to happen. This isn't forever. Eventually, the situation and the arrangement is going to come to an end. And let's just decide right now that when anybody feels that way, that the conversation happens without any weirdness.
Yeah, that makes sense because I think he doesn't care at all. I think if anybody were to maybe care, it would be her because now it's her house
So
too.
I would have that conversation with her. I wouldn't have it with the two of them. I'd have it with her.
Okay, fair.
Maya, are you in a relationship? You got a boyfriend or girlfriend?
Oh, no, it's just me.
Okay, because I didn't know. Because I didn't know if maybe also if you're in a relationship with someone, if they feel weird about you living with this other couple. You know what I mean?
No, it's.
But you don't have that to worry about, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go at it, just you ladies. I'd have that conversation because I think if there's going to be any sort of, because guys, listen, he's not going to care. He's like, well,
he doesn't at all.
He's like, she pays on time and she cleans up after herself and I get a break on the mortgage at the end of the month. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But if anybody's going to bring it up, it's probably going to be her. And if they're having conversations about this, I'm guessing they're going to be instigated by the girlfriend. So I would sit down and have that sort of heart to heart with her. I think she would really appreciate you doing it that way. And it'll probably work out for the better.
Right. Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right, girl. You have a good day.
Thank you. Love you guys.
All right,
you
love
too.
you too.
Bye-bye.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Cindy, right?
Yes.
It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so Roz, we talked to Cindy 2 weeks ago when she was about to leave to go and climb Mount Kilimanjaro.
Oh, yeah, the hike.
So she's back. And you're back safely. So I don't know if anyone remembers, but 2 weeks ago when we talked to you, you said you were climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. Roz said, well, it's more of a hike as it is a climb. But you're not climbing a mountain, you're hiking.
Yeah. You know what? Those words resonated with me throughout the entire track.
Yeah.
And there were parts where I'm like, you know what? This is a hike. Like I was kind of complaining to myself in my head, but I'm like, had Roz in my head, it's a hike, not a climb. It's a hike, not a climb. So it actually helped me through some parts.
Right.
But there were some parts where you're literally climbing rock.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, damn you, Roz, this is not a hike.
Wow, come on now. Come on now. You're not climbing a mountain. Talk us through this here. Like, how long did it take? Were you hungry? Did you get hurt? Like, all this stuff.
So originally it was supposed to be 6 days to the peak, but our guide, who was amazing, he kind of observed our behavior and he said, I think it would be best if we hiked up in 5 days instead.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
What do you mean he observed your behavior? Like you were fighting with each other?
No, nothing to that extent. No, when it started to get cold, I had a hard time adjusting to the temperature, and he was like, when you hike up to the peak, you leave at midnight. And he's like, if you leave at midnight, you're going to be so cold and you're not going to be able to make it. So we left at 4 a.m. instead, and we did most of the hike in the daytime, so it wasn't so cold.
Right.
They fed us way too much. Like, they just kept feeding us
really
food. Yeah, they carved us up so much. Like, they
made us eat 2 bowls of oatmeal in the morning and
2 bowls, damn.
A full plate of pasta for lunch, and then they would bulk us up with rice for dinner.
You know, I was going to make a joke about eating pasta, but they legit serve you guys pasta for lunch?
So, yeah, totally.
Wow. And how were you with the altitude?
The altitude, I was good. Yeah. But I think the drugs helped for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe by day 4, I started getting shortness of breath, and my legs felt like lead, and my bag was so heavy on my shoulders, my guide had to carry it.
Wow.
And, that was actually my breaking point. Like, I wanted to quit really, really bad that day.
What happens if you do quit?
I think if you can't make it, you just go back down.
Oh, you still have to get yourself down, though.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which was actually also harder than going up, I think, in my opinion.
Did anybody get hurt on the excursion?
No injuries. I mean, I banged up my knee. So, going down was a bit hard.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything too serious. I did see some people coming down, they couldn't make it to the peak. They were coming back down as we were going up.
How long are you walking in any one day?
So it ranged from, I want to say, 3 hours to our longest day, which was about 14 hours.
Oh, my
14 hours?
So,
wow.
Yeah. The day we had to go to the peak, and then we climbed back down. So that was about 14 hours.
Jeez.
So, Cindy, you climb Mount Kilimanjaro, you get to the top, you get to the peak.
Yes.
How long do you get to stay up there for?
We stayed for maybe half hour. Because
That's
we
it?
left so yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
you mean to tell me you spent 5 days? One of those 5 days you're hiking for 14 hours.
Yeah.
You get to your destination, the one place that's your goal to be at, and you only get 30 minutes?
I would say that's the most that we got. And we were lucky, too, because it was dead. There was no one else there when we got there. So we
and you still only got 30 minutes? You had the whole place to yourself?
Yes. You have to understand, it's really cold up there. It was really windy. And I think our guides were
Did you have a jacket?
Time to go. Of course I had a jacket.
Well, then,
30
minutes?
How cold was it up? How cold was it up there? Did they tell you?
I don't know temperature-wise, but it was really windy when we went up, so it was colder than I think usual.
So what did you learn about yourself through all this?
I learned I'm not a quitter, and I learned that your mind is what really is between you and your goals, because I was in my head the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was thinking some really, really negative stuff in my head as I was walking. And you kind of just have to push that aside and kind of just do what you're set out to do. Or else I would have just quit.
Yeah, it makes sense.
30 minutes at the top.
That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get.
That's all you get. If we had left at midnight, we probably would have had less time.
Yeah, one quick TikTok vid. That's all you get on your way back down, girl.
Exactly.
Well, thanks so much for checking back in with us, Cindy.
Thanks for calling.
Glad you had a good time.
I
Take
made
care.
it alive. Thanks. Bye-bye.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello?
Hey, Rebecca, it's Roz and Mocha.
Stop it. Oh, my God.
How you doing?
Hi. Really good. How are you?
Doing good. Okay, so Roz, Rebecca texted us. She is in Vancouver.
Oh, yeah?
The Roz and Mocha Show airs in Vancouver on Kiss Radio. And here's what Rebecca said. Just wanted to reach out and say thank you for making me laugh while I'm on mat leave and up feeding my 5-week-old daughter in the middle of the night. I've binge listened to every podcast episode on Spotify. You guys are hilarious. Would love a shout out on the radio show that I listen to even on Vancouver time. Keep being awesome. Love you guys. So, Rebecca, first of all, congratulations on your 5-week-old.
Thank you so much.
What's her name?
Gabriella.
Gabriella. How's she doing?
She's doing really good. I was actually just listening to the radio show, and I'm rocking her to sleep right now, and she's falling asleep.
Oh, that's amazing. How are you feeling?
I know. I'm feeling really good now that we're in a routine.
Oh, okay.
What is your routine? What are you what have you guys settled in on?
Oh God, once we get a few hours of sleep in a row, I'm like a whole new woman.
Isn't that crazy?
A few hours. What's a good, in your world right now? Is this your first, by the way?
Yes, it is, yeah.
In your world right now, what is a good stretch of sleep?
2.5 hours at once.
Oh, damn, 2.5.
I know.
And that's a good night, right? Yeah.
That's no
That's
joke.
a good night. That's like wow, we slept last night.
Yeah, that's no joke. I remember when Rox was little, because of the hours we do here.
Yeah.
It actually was crazy beneficial because I was getting up at like 3:30 anyway for work. So I would always do that 3:30 feeding. Like, Catherine never did. She never had to do that, like 3:30 feeding, because I would just do it, and then I would take Rox and then just throw her in the bed with Catherine, and then she would just sleep for another couple hours. Right?
Oh, what a lucky woman.
Right. And then, things got, and then when Rox got a little bit older, Catherine started driving me into work every morning. So I would wake up, feed Roxy, put Roxy in the car seat, go downstairs, wake up Catherine, tell her to drive me to work. And then I would give Rox her bottle on the way to dropping me off here at the radio station. And Catherine was in like her house coat in the car. Yeah. And then, because what happened was that we realized that we weren't spending any time together. Right.
Well, because you have two jobs, right?
Because
I don't know if you know this, Rebecca, but Roz, on top of working on the Roz and Mocha show, he's also on television on ET Canada. So his days.
I know that. I watch too.
Yeah, his days start here and over there, and then he doesn't get home until like way late at night.
So we figured out, like, just as a couple and as a family, that sort of 20 minutes in the morning at 4 or whatever it was, 5 a.m. was the most quality time we got together. Me and Catherine. And so we had this. That was our schedule. You know what I mean? And like everybody's schedule is going to look different, but you just pray that it's consistent. You know,
man,
what I mean?
I remember those dark days of like early with Cruz, because same thing, he'd wake up overnight. I wake up overnight to go to work, and there were times where Jenna would come to bed as I'm getting up to go get ready. And I would be downstairs at the front door, jacket on, like shoes on, everything, ready to leave. And I would hear Cruz start waking up. And then Jenna would like poke her head out the bedroom door, and be like, I just need like another hour. Do you mind? And I'd like take everything off and go upstairs and like kick it with him for a bit.
You got to run. You got to hide behind a lamp at that point. You know?
Sorry, I left already.
No, but you're good though. You and the kid are great. You're doing all right.
Things are good. Yeah, we're doing really good. Thank you so much for calling. Oh my God.
Yeah, of course.
God,
stop talking so loud. Baby's sleeping.
Yeah, really.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have my AirPods in. That's all.
Can I just say I can finally participate in this conversation? I totally understand what you're talking about midnight feedings, and as a parent,
the dog.
I get it. I only get 2 hours of sleep as well because he starts
Out
crying.
you go, Maury.
It's rough.
Out you go. You know, my kid Roxy looked at me last night and went, he knows it's not a person, right?
We don't.
And that's what I said. I'm like, no, they don't.
Hey, Rebecca in Vancouver, sending so much love to you. Thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha show. Congratulations on the birth of Gabriella. And between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Oh, it's Roz. Sorry.
Oh, yes. New moms.
Yeah.
I'm big with new moms. Just saying.
Gabby can have Mocha, and I'll take Roz.
Oh,
I don't know. I think it's a lack of sleep. You got that baby brain going on.
There you go, yeah.
Love you lots.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, Mocha. Hi, Roz.
Hey,
Yo,
honey.
is this Reese?
Yeah.
What's up?
I was just wondering if I could say let's do the news.
Oh, yeah? You know us. We love when people call in and they want to intro the news, especially kids. How old are you, Reese? Remind everybody.
11.
11. Okay,
What grade are you in?
6.
Nice.
I think I've been pretty good at it. I've been practicing.
Have you?
Yeah.
You know what to do, right?
Hey, Mocha, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
Hey!
Good
Thank you, Reese.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
I don't know if this is true or not, but according to the New York Post, there's a UK medical research firm that will pay you $4,588 to get infected with coronavirus.
What?
You know, like medical testing?
Yeah.
You know those stories? I used to do movies on those when like broke kids in college would go and sign up and be lab rats, right?
How much?
$4,588.
No.
Again, this is according to the New York Post. So a medical research firm in the UK is looking for 24 volunteers to get a shot of the coronavirus as part of their testing to develop a vaccine, and they will pay, again, $4,588. According to the New York Post, volunteers will receive 2 of the virus's weaker strains before then receiving the vaccines to test their effectiveness. Those who participate in the experiment at London's Queen Mary Bioenterprise Innovation Centre should expect to experience mild respiratory symptoms.
Mild. I like how they threw in the word mild in there.
Of course, you'll also need to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks, counting your money, I guess, when it's all said and done.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Would you do it?
No.
For $4,500?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking, man.
Absolutely
Jeez.
not.
Well, you're probably going to get it for free anyway, so you might as well make $1.
No, I'm not. I'm quarantining myself.
Well, you're in here. You're in here every day.
I know, but I know you guys are good.
You're not quarantined in.
You guys are good. You guys are good.
Quarantined in here. You don't know I'm good.
Well, you better wash your hands and use sanitizer.
Listen, Maury does nothing but touch his hands to everything that is gross and then puts them in his mouth.
That's why I don't interact.
Right. Listen,
all.
it doesn't matter. He's in here. He's touched stuff you've touched today.
Go wash your hands, Maury.
That's for
Please.
sure. LeBron James the other day on Monday was asked how he would feel about playing games with no fans. And on Monday, this is what LeBron James had to say.
Play games without the fans? Yeah. No, it's impossible. I ain't playing. I ain't got the fans in the crowd. That's what I play for. Play for my teammates, I play for the fans. That's what it was all about. So if I show up to an arena and ain't no fans in there, I ain't playing.
So I guess reality has sunk in with LeBron James because just 2 days later, he's now saying this.
Obviously, I would be very disappointed, not having the fans because that's what I play for. I play for my family. I play for my fans. They're saying no one could actually come to the game if they decide to go to that point. So I'll be disappointed in that. But at the same time, you gotta listen to the people that's keeping a track on what's going on.
Cardi B, all shook over the coronavirus.
Oh, what did Cardi B say?
So this is Cardi B on Instagram giving her thoughts on what life with the coronavirus is like.
Government, let me tell y'all something. I don't know what the this coronavirus is about. I don't understand how that was from Wuhan, China. Now all of a sudden this on tour. And let me tell y'all something. I ain't gonna front. Scared. I'm a little scared, you know what I'm saying? Like, got me panicking. And a lot of you thinking that you're kiki like I was thinking, right? But that right there, just because you think you're immune to it, guess what? Your pocket ain't because a lot of comes from China. So if you wonder where your weed or your vaccine over packages have arrived, guess what? Coronavirus! Coronavirus! I'm telling you, it's real. Get it real. Woo!
Right. So if you're wondering why your weave hasn't arrived, it's because it's from China.
Cardi B is so real. I love it.
Harvey Weinstein said that he thought Jennifer Aniston should be killed.
What?
So according to the New York Times, Harvey Weinstein mistakenly believed that Jennifer Aniston had accused him of groping her. And he wrote a whole bunch of emails. And all these emails that Harvey Weinstein wrote to people while he was being accused of all this stuff, trying to drum up support, are now being released. And he said that in one of them, Jen Aniston should be killed. And it later turned out that Jennifer Aniston had not, in fact, made a claim against Harvey Weinstein. Aniston's publicist, Stephen Huvane, told the Times that, quote, Harvey never got close enough to touch her. She has never been alone with him. We have no idea about the email since it wasn't sent to us, nor do we have any comment to make on it. So all that stuff is coming out. And he had Ben Affleck on some sort of red list of people that he was afraid was going to snitch on him. And it's, oh my God, these emails are bonkers, man. Charlie Sheen denies the, quote, sick, twisted, and outlandish allegations by Corey Feldman in his new video that he was the one who abused Corey Haim all those years ago. So that was the big revelation in Corey Feldman's video where he promised to name names of Hollywood heavyweights who had abused himself and Corey Haim all those years ago. And the name that came out was Charlie Sheen. But this was a name that was thrown out there years ago, and Charlie Sheen had denied it then.
So there's no actual new names, though, right?
No, there wasn't. Charlie Sheen said, these sick, twisted, and outlandish allegations never occurred, period. I would urge everyone to consider the source and read what his mother, Judy Haim, had to say. I was actually messaging back and forth yesterday with Corey Haim's mom, Judy. And she's felt this way forever. She knows the person who, she knows the name of the person who abused Corey Haim all those years ago, and that is not Charlie Sheen. And she's been saying this for years and calling Corey Feldman out on this, and that Corey Feldman and Corey Haim hadn't spoken in 20 years, but suddenly Corey Haim dies, and Feldman is now back to living the life of his best friend and making money off this documentary, and it's just so ugly. The whole situation is so just incredibly ugly. NBA has suspended regular season indefinitely after Rudy Gobert from the Utah Jazz tested positive for coronavirus, and the Jazz were on the court in Oklahoma City last night when the announcer came on and said this.
The game tonight has been postponed. You are all safe. And take your time in leaving the arena tonight and do so in an orderly fashion. Thank you for coming out tonight.
Terrible, man.
But he is the same player that, and what you'll see today on the news, just keep replaying.
Yeah.
But he's the same player the other day that after press conference, post-game press conference, he went around and touched all the microphones, all the media microphones, because he was just like, whatever about COVID, right?
Yeah.
And he's the one that caused this.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have tested positive for coronavirus. They were down in Australia shooting a movie, and they weren't feeling well, and then they got tested. They said that they're taking it one day at a time right now. Chet Hanks, their son, posted this on IG.
What's up, everyone? Yeah, it's true. My parents got coronavirus. Crazy. They're both down in Australia right now because my dad was shooting a movie down there. But I just got off the phone with them. They both are fine. They're not even that sick. They're not worried about it. They're not tripping, but they're going through the necessary health precautions, obviously. But I don't think it's anything to be too worried about. I appreciate everyone's concern and the well wishes, but I think it's all going to be all right. But I appreciate it, and just everybody stay safe out there. Much love.
And it's all about Barb, apparently. Pilot Pete from The Bachelor, his mom, Barb, who everybody is obsessed with. Listen to this. ABC's reality chief, Rob Mills, told Variety yesterday that the network is very open to the idea of having Barb be involved with the Bachelor franchise moving forward.
No!
So, like, she has to pass the Barb test?
Yeah.
Quote, anywhere Barb wants a place in Bachelor Nation, she's got it, he said.
No!
She's certainly somebody with a lot of love to give. Goes on to say, I've also seen a lot of people asking if she would do Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, stop it.
He continues, if Barb is interested in something, we'd always sit down with her.
No! You go, Barb!
So we know we know President Donald Trump banned travel to Europe with the exception of the UK for 30 days, which is weird, but okay.
We will be suspending all travel from Europe to the United States for the next 30 days. The new rules will go into effect Friday at midnight.
And
somebody tweeted us at Kiss925 and said because of Brexit. I don't know what Brexit has to do with it.
What, why the UK isn't included?
No, why? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've heard a bunch of different things, but I haven't heard
it's still
one
part of the region.
definitive. I haven't heard one definitive reason as to why the UK is not included. But you pointed out a couple things last night. One, that Donald Trump was breathing real crazy, and also the odd way he says coronavirus. This is Mocha's supercut. Can you play it? Do you have it? This is Mocha's supercut of Donald Trump just breathing last night.
My fellow Americans, stay home. Coronavirus. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you.
Okay. And right before he went on, the C-SPAN had already been recording, and they were rolling on Trump's microphone, and this is what they caught.
What? Wow. Uh-oh, I got a pen mark. Anybody have any white? You have any white stuff?
Okay, so again, I guess he says, oh, F word, I got a pen mark. Anybody have any white? Anybody have any white stuff?
Like, does he mean like liquid paper? Like white out?
But what did he get pen on? That's what I want to know. Like on him? And he wanted white out for it? Or
I assume on a shirt, because he's wearing a white shirt.
Or on, like, he was going to hold something up and he got a pen mark on the piece of paper or something like that? Like, let me hear that again.
A what? Wow. Uh-oh, I got a pen mark. Anybody have any white? You have any white stuff?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
I got a pen mark.
And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
All right, let's get to it. These are the questions that you asked on Instagram at Kiss925. Let's go to Dina.
Hi.
How are you, Dina?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. What's your question for the podcast today?
So my question is, what are some important and difficult questions or topics that you and your partner should discuss before getting married?
Oof.
Damn.
Are you in this situation now?
So I've been in a long-term relationship, and like I know there are some typical ones that like, you know, you would typically talk about, such as like finances, kids, and religion.
Mm-hmm.
And in the past weekend, I was speaking to one of my friends, and she came up with a question, and I was like, I never thought about this, but she asked, if there's a situation, if like your in-laws wanted to live with you, what would you do?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And
wow.
That caught me off guard. So I wanted to see if there are like other similar type of difficult and unique questions that,
like, if they wanted to live like permanently or temporarily.
Like, I think that when they get, like, what's the family plan? Like when the parents get old,
Gotcha.
is the family plan for everybody to eventually move back in together, right?
Right.
Right.
I think with all these questions, especially a question like that, or the important ones that you mentioned before, like kids and all this other stuff, I think that before you ask the question, you have to know whether the answer to that question is a deal breaker or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or whether it's something that is negotiable. Like for you, if you say, is your family plan when your parents get older that we're all going to be living together? And if he says yes, you need to then decide whether that's a deal breaker or whether that's negotiable. And you need to negotiate that now. You don't negotiate that at the time.
Yeah, but sometimes if you love somebody so much, can you not just hide your feelings?
Well, yeah, but you can't hide your feelings when you're going to be spending, you know, your 45 years plus with the mom and dad living in the house. That's not you can't hide those feelings.
Yeah.
I always say that, you know, never ask a question that you don't want to hear the answer to, right?
But there are questions out there, as you've said, Dina, that are asked that you should have an answer for, or you should know how to feel about it.
I think a lot of people get stuck on, yes, religion and kids and finances. You have to talk about all that stuff. You have to figure out how you guys are going to handle your money, whether you're all going to go into one bank account or whether you're going to have yours, he's going to have his, and you're going to have a joint account. You're going to put money in there. How do the household sort of decisions work when one person is making more money than the other? Like, all this stuff has to be figured out, right? Because you're just going to fight about it, and then nobody wants to fight about money. But then you get into questions of, like, do you know, or do you have any desire to know your partner's complete sexual history?
No. Dina, you're not answering.
I don't think I need to know either.
Okay.
I think I agree with Mocha.
Some people do.
I wanted to know, but I was not willing to share.
There you go.
Right.
And then some people are also in that situation, right? That's a big one for people, because that's something like that is something, and you'd be surprised how many couples who have been together for years, and it's a happy relationship, and it's a loving relationship, and it's a sexual relationship, and everything is wonderful, and then one little piece of information from somebody's past comes up, and it ruins everything.
Yeah.
You know, because people do take that stuff. Some people take it way more seriously than others.
Yeah.
Where they suddenly don't look at the person they're with the same anymore.
Like, if you're
once they find out,
like, you know, that past happened before me.
right?
So it's not like, why would I get mad at someone for living the life that they lived prior to being my person?
Because what if they found pleasure in something that you found repulsive?
Well, I don't want to know.
Well, exactly. Okay, exactly. You don't want to know, right? So you would never bring it up, but a lot of people do. A lot of people want to know that stuff. So I think that there are a lot of questions that you need to ask.
Infinite amount.
Yeah, there's an infinite amount of questions, but I think that these are all things that you guys should not be afraid to ask each other,
especially if you feel comfortable with one another. You know, like how long have you and your partner been together?
We've been together for 5 years now. Actually, our anniversary is coming up this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So it's been a long time. Thank you. So it's been a long time, and I think like we had these kind of generic topics that we talked about already, but I think there are some further deep questions that we can get into.
right? I know the one thing that Catherine and we continue to update the list is I know all the things I do that Catherine does not like, and she knows all the things that she does that drive me nuts, and we're constantly updating the list. Right? Like I know that I cannot talk to Catherine the way that I talk to everybody else in my life.
Oh yeah, no,
right?
sir.
Because if Catherine asks me if I want some, because I'm very short with everything, right? And it's not that I'm mean or anything like this.
No, it's just
right?
the way you
It's just the way I talk.
answer.
And if Catherine asks me, "Hey, do you want? I just made soup. Do you want some?" I cannot just say no.
Because you sound rude.
Right.
It has to be, no, thank you. I'm not hungry right now.
Yeah, and then she does the thing that I hate, which is, "What did you eat today?" And I go, "Don't monitor my food."
Right.
Right? Don't mother me. Don't do that thing of where I say that I'm not hungry and then you accuse me of not eating. Right? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. And so we each know, and it's constantly updating, right? We're constantly updating the list, right? Like constantly updating the list.
You're running out of pads of paper at home.
Yeah. But it's small things, and it really doesn't take a lot out of you to just avoid doing those things. You know, like it really doesn't, because what you don't want to get into is you don't want to constantly be doing something that drives your fiance crazy and he doesn't have the guts to tell you, because it will fester.
Right.
Like it will then become a giant thing, and then eventually when it blows up, it's going to start with "you always do blank," right? And you never want to get to that point.
I'm trying to think now what Jenna would find. I've never asked her that question.
Yeah.
Of what drives her crazy about me. Maybe I'll ask her.
You should.
But I don't know if I want my feelings hurt.
Yeah, but it's good to know, though. But no, here's the thing. It wouldn't be a deal breaker, right?
No,
because
definitely
she's
not.
still with you. You guys are still everything else.
I would just be sad for a little bit. A little bit of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe, here's how I would probably ask her before falling asleep.
Yeah.
Because then I could just fall asleep
Right.
and not think about it.
Right.
If I ask her like when I get home, then it'll ruin my day, because that's all I'll think about.
Right. Yes. True.
Right.
True. I dated a woman once where her thing, the one thing that you were never allowed to do, like she had this one thing that was a deal breaker. Right. She was a bit nuts, but she had this one thing that was a deal breaker. And if you were a guy dating her, the one thing you were not allowed to do was blow your nose with your hands in the shower.
Who does that, though?
Oh, right here.
Everybody.
I do.
Everybody.
I've done that before.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the first time I've ever been grossed out.
To her, you're out of my life.
Really?
Yeah, we're dumped and out of my life.
You get to wash your hands. It goes down the drain.
Oh, that's what I said. I'm like, that's clean.
So hold on, you blow your nose into your hand, like your hand is the Kleenex?
No. Yeah, you know how you would take Kleenex and put it up to your nose? Yeah. Do that, right? But only you have no Kleenex in there. Wow. And then you just run your hands over the water, bye-bye Corona.
Yeah.
Right? Down.
Yo, man, you're the same guy that wears boxers like 7 days in a row. On those same boxers are the boogers that you pick from your nose for the entire week.
I know. I mean, don't question my ooh, but it's still an ooh.
What does Matthew dislike about you? Or does he know any of this stuff? Does he know about your boogers and all this kind of thing?
Oh, that drives him mental.
It does.
It drives him up the wall. But
Right.
for some weird reason, he oddly tolerates it.
Could you imagine Mocha sitting on the couch next to Jenna and she picked her nose and then put it on her panties?
No, absolutely not.
You know what I mean?
But then looked at you and just been like,
you know what I mean?
Can you not do that? I have to wash those.
Could you imagine?
No.
Like she just undoes the top button on her jeans and just puts a booger on her panties.
And then does the pants back
and
up?
does her pants back up.
No,
And he also
absolutely
hates
not.
when I don't go to the bathroom and then turn around and look to make sure that there isn't some still left on the bowl.
Right.
Like, because he gets...
Streaks is what we call that.
Yeah, new word.
Yes.
It drives Matthew nuts that he has to clean that off.
Yeah, it would drive me nuts too. Like if you left a dirty bowl, I mean, I live with a 10-year-old who doesn't flush. You know what I mean? So like you get over that pretty fast. Oh, hey, somebody's calling me. Hold on here.
Hold on, we still have this person on hold.
Just give me a second.
Hold on, Dina.
No problem.
Hello? Hello?
You call me?
What's that?
Who is speaking?
Who's this?
Oh, who are you?
No, who are you? You called me.
Are you? Okay. Wrong call. Sorry about that.
Okay, you got it, man. All right, later.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a
I
scam.
know, so did I.
Oh, I was
Damn
hoping it
it
was going to be a scam.
Whatever. It kinda
was.
Like, hey, you're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
If you don't give the government $5,000.
Right.
All right, Dina, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, that definitely does.
I think the answer to your question on what are some important and difficult questions, topics you should discuss with your significant other is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a
Does
wide range.
everyone ever discuss what side of the bed you sleep on, or is it just sort of figured out on night one?
I think you just kind of figure it out.
Because what if you both, it just worked out for me, I guess the two of you, but what if you both sleep on the same side of the bed? How does that get figured out?
Then she sleeps on the other side.
Oh, snap.
What?
Yeah, we actually had this conversation before too, because I prefer the left side of the bed,
Yeah.
and he did too.
See?
But I was like, I stood my ground. I was like, I want the side of the bed, so he compromised.
Yeah. See, for me, I would put my pillow then down at the other end of the bed.
Mm.
And sleep head to foot.
And sleep at the foot. and that way it still feels like I'm on my side.
Thanks, Dina.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right,
Love you.
later.
Love
Bye-bye.
you too. Emily asks, if you got arrested, who would you call to bail you out other than your partner?
Oh, my lawyer.
So you can't call Catherine. You would call.
Yeah.
you actually have a lawyer?
I have 3 lawyers that I could call.
Oh, nice.
I know somebody who I was introduced to through another really good friend of mine who is retired, but they had a fantastic high position within the legal world.
Okay.
Like judge type individual.
Ooh,
so I got one of those. I have
got a Judge Judy in
No,
your back
I do.
pocket.
I have her number on my phone.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. And the number was given to me while we were talking one night as if you ever get into trouble.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was like, I'm the first person you call. She's like, look at me right now and tell me that I'm the first person you call. And I was like, you're the first person I call. She was like, okay, cool. Yeah. So I have her. I have.
But you know what? To be honest with you,
Yeah.
you're like the last person I would ever picture getting into any type of trouble.
No,
where you
because
need
I
to be
don't leave
bailed
the
out.
house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it could be, I guess, maybe something happens on your street or in your house and then you're pegged for it.
Right. Like I'm terrified of being like wrongly confused.
That's what I mean.
Wrongly accused of something. But no, I think that, and then, geez, I don't even know who I would probably, just lawyers. I think, because that should be your first call, because I certainly don't want to call Catherine first because she would just be alarmed.
Oh, it says right here, other than your partner.
Yeah. So, okay. So Mocha, who would you call?
Well, I have 3 people I would call.
Okay.
I would call my dad.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about lawyer.
Yeah.
So I guess I could add lawyer to that.
Yeah.
But I would definitely call my dad. I would call DJ Climax.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I would actually call you.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd help you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you would.
I'd call my lawyer.
Bro, I'd help you out though, man.
What's that? Yeah.
I'd help you out.
No, man.
I'd call your lawyer. I'd be like, yo, you need any help?
No, Mocha, what I said is if you called me, I would then call
you
my
would call
lawyer.
your lawyer.
Yes.
Oh, thanks a lot,
yes,
jerk.
and get you out.
Oh, okay, thank you.
No, to get you out,
Thank
to help you. Like
Yeah.
you make your phone call to me, and
Yeah.
I call that number on my phone,
you're the
and
best.
I help you out. Maury,
Yeah,
who
Maury.
would you call?
So you can't call Matthew.
No, I would call my Nana.
Okay,
'Cause
you call Nana.
She would never snitch.
But okay,
On what?
you need help though.
Yeah, but I don't have, I would call you.
You
I
wouldn't
would.
call
I probably
Frank?
wouldn't answer though.
You wouldn't call your dad?
Hell no.
I could tell
my
you
dad
why.
would no. My dad would make me sit on the phone while he lectured me for an hour about why what I did was wrong.
Right. But he would understand that you still needed some sort of help, though.
Yeah, but he
correct?
would make me ask for it. He would be like, "Ask me for right now. Ask me for help."
But at that point, you should though. You just got arrested,
But
right?
then you're calling
Like,
him. You're calling him to ask for help.
I know, but he would make me feel more bad.
You think
know?
so?
Oh,
But no, no,
1,000%.
but
I'll
you
never
should-
forget when I was super drunk at work one night when I was a young kid and I fell through a coffee table.
Kid. Weren't you in your 20s?
No, I was 18 and I got drunk at a
kid.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
And the host I was working for at the time called my dad to come get me. And my dad, lectured me on the way home and then woke me up early in the morning to make me carry bricks up a hill.
Oh, I think we talked about this on a previous episode not that long ago.
So he would make me probably carry
Podcast.
bricks again. So I would call my Nana.
Wow. But
Yeah, and
what
then
would
I-
Nana? But you have to call somebody who's going to be able to help you. Is the
she has
thing.
lawyer, she has people from, that are still in the family.
Right. But you're going to trust Nana to
Oh, I would.
Yeah?
Well, I have no one else.
Right. Fair enough.
And I'll tell you why you can't call Roz. We have so many examples of the times that you have called Roz just to spit straight up nonsense.
And troll me on the phone. Right.
So how do we know, or how does Roz know that you're calling him for
I
a
don't know if I-
legitimate reason
Yeah, but
or
if I
for
left,
nonsense?
If I left messages on his voicemail, he would feel
wouldn't
horrible.
answer your.
First of all, I check my voicemail messages once a week, maybe.
But you'd be like, oh
Maybe.
crap, Maury's still in jail.
No, I do my voicemail for me is like a Sunday thing.
Yeah.
I check them on Sunday, and if I could have 12 or I could have 1.
Wouldn't you guys no, I guess you guys would wonder where I was when I didn't show up to work.
After a couple days.
Yeah.
No, of course we would, Maury. Of course we would. Yeah, so if you are going to get arrested, you're going to have to do it Monday to Friday.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. You get arrested on a Saturday, you're there all weekend.
Caitlin asked if you had a boat, what would you name it? Didn't we answer this question before?
No,
If you
this is
had
a
a boat,
fantastic question.
what would you name it?
If I had a boat, what would
My
I name
answer is
it?
easy.
What's your answer?
The People's Champ.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's such a
Come
good
on.
name for a boat.
Right?
Oh, my God.
What would you name
win.
it?
No. What would I name what would you name your boat, Maury?
I would do a tribute thing and call it the SS Minnow to Gilligan's Island.
You probably won't be
mean.
allowed to, though.
Well, that was a fictitious thing.
But I'm sure you don't think somebody has thought of that from now until then. You got to be original. Like, what would your boat be?
Oh, big gay boat.
Big gay boat.
Yeah, that's what it is. Big gay boat.
Wow.
All right.
Big gay boat.
I like that.
I'm sure that exists somewhere.
Big gay boat?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm
Right?
not Googling big gay boat.
Please Google
Especially
big gay boat.
on a work computer.
Actually, I'm going to.
Please.
Whatever. We're all going to get time off for Corona anyway, so why not start the suspension from Googling
All right.
big gay boat? Big.
Please.
Oh, I did gig bay boat. Big. Listen to
Okay, new
that,
sounds.
Right? Whole new sound. Oh, hold on here.
What came up?
Oh, it's an episode of South Park, Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride.
Super.
Hold on, let me see if there is actually a big gay boat.
Oh, man.
Okay, hold on here. Let me just see. Okay, I'm gonna do a search without South Park in it.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on here.
Well, if you type big gay boat and then hit images.
What do you think I'm doing, Maury? Ken Ham's Big Gay Boat Ride. Ken Ham.
Canned ham?
The Big Gay Cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah.
Lots of flyers for big gay boat parties. The Big Gay Boat Party, Sunday, 5 to 10 p.m. I don't know
That
when
seems
that's
early.
from. What, for a big gay boat cruise?
Yeah.
5 to 10. That does seem early. I can't find a boat that's actually called Big Gay Boat.
Mine now.
So there you go, Maury.
Big gay boat.
I'm finding a lot of pictures of guys that look like they're the captain of the big gay boat, but not a lot of actual big gay boats.
Done. Oh, now I need a boat.
Roz, what would you name your boat?
Also, I've been searching this for about, I don't even know what, like a minute and a half now.
Sure.
How many semen jokes do you think I've come across?
Oh, hundreds.
Thank you. There's something to be said though for Speedos and a sailor hat though, huh, Moore?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good look
It's a
with the
very good
neckerchief.
Yeah.
It's a classic look. That's a classic gay look, huh? Just like the white shorts with the white little round sailor hat and just the neckerchief.
Yeah, business up top, party down below.
Classic gay look.
You know what's
Classic.
hilarious, I find at least, is the studio that we're in, right? In the office building that we have.
Yeah.
Right behind Ross is a window. And other people who work in this building walk by, and every now and then they glance into the studio to see what's happening.
Yeah.
So there were like 3 people who separately walked by and kind of like peeked in to see what's happening in here, and what they see is your computer screen.
Yeah, big gay boat. I just found a boat called, I don't know what this guy's name is, but he called it G's Spot. I guess his.
Aye, Captain.
Right? Hold on here. Give me 1 second. Somebody called their boat Test Tackles.
That's great. Yeah.
The Test Tackles.
Yeah.
No money wasted. Somebody called it Sandwich. Stiff Ripples. Stiff Ripples is a fantastic name for just about anything.
I agree.
Like that could be your boat or your local weatherman. Somebody called their boat Sex Sea.
Yeah.
Where are we here? Ship Face.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. There's a boat called Molester.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Peer pressure, PIER pressure.
Brilliant, I get it.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
right. Roman numeral 4 and then play. Foreplay.
Oh, foreplay. Okay, yeah.
And then finally, one of my favorites is Ship for Brains. Oh, no. How about this one? Breaking Wind. In her, I don't know. Oh, no. In her course. In her course. Somebody called it, oh my God, this is a great, I'm going to end on this one, okay? As far as boat names go, okay? This may be my favorite boat name. Bass to Mouth.
No, I like, my favorite was In Her Course.
Bass to Mouth. BTM.
Oh my God, I just get it.
Yes, thanks, Maureen.
All right. Suman Khan asks, if you could rewrite the plot of your favorite show or movie, what would it end up being? And then put in brackets, I too love Grey's Anatomy and agree that they need to end it because they're ruining it. After McDreamy's death, I would have gone a different direction with M.
Mm-hmm. I found a boat called Itchy. Sorry. So what was the question? Which show should have ended?
No. If you could rewrite the plot of your favorite show or movie,
Yeah.
what would it end up being?
It's tough because the shows that I really love, I really trust the writers. I just find that the problem with so many shows is that they just go on for too long.
Yeah.
I was really interested in The Walking Dead for a couple seasons, and then it went on for way too long, and now nobody talks about it. I really like that first season of. This Is Us? What's the show This Is Us had a great first season. It had a great gimmick. It was heartfelt. It was emotional. And then it went on too long because they sort of blew their gimmick and they didn't really know where to go. So normally I trust writers, but I just think that what you have are these shows that just go on for too long. The UK does it right. When they get an idea, a great idea for a show, they have no problem doing 2 or 3 seasons of a show, and then that's it. And the writers and the directors and all the actors go off and they just work on other projects. This whole thing of like doing a show for 15 years doesn't exist.
Like Fleabag was 2 seasons.
Fleabag was 2 seasons. That's it. And I like that. Like I like the idea of TV like that. But so it's tough. I was watching this great show on Netflix the other night. God. Talk about writing. It's called I'm Not Okay With This.
Who's in
Did
that?
you see this show?
No.
So it's a young girl who she's the main star, and then her mom is played by this actress who I really, really loved, who was on episodes with Matt LeBlanc, which was another great show. And this show is a cross between, as far as the feel of it, it's a cross between like Sex Education on Netflix and Stranger Things.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 different worlds.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
real.
I wanna try that.
I think it's super quick, like 22-minute episodes, and I think there's maybe only 8 of them. Like you can plow through it.
What's it called?
It's called I Am Not Okay With This. It's either called I'm Not Okay With This or I'm Not All Right With This.
Okay.
What's it called? I'm Not All Right With This. I'm Not Okay With This. I'm Not Okay With This. But it's awesome.
Yeah?
Like trust me on it. And I know you're going to flip by this sort of box and it's going to look like a angsty teen, whatever, and you may not be into it, but it's way more of the other thing that you will love than it is the thing
Wait,
that
so
you
how
will
did
not
you
love.
how did you find out about
I love the actress who plays her mom,
Oh,
and
okay,
I
gotcha.
wanted to see what the show was all about because I think
okay.
I love her. I think she's really talented. So I started watching it, and then I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, like
How about
it's
you, Maurice?
really great.
Which one I rewrite? There's so many. Like for This Is Us. Like I hate where it's going right now. Like it's just awful. Like every episode is taking the same story from a different person's point of view.
Yeah.
So 4 weeks now, I'm seeing the same story, and I'm fed up.
Do you remember when they did that? When they brought back that one season of Arrested Development on Netflix? But the way
like a few years ago.
because the way that they shot it was they couldn't get all the cast together, so they told one tiny little story, but just from 6 different perspectives.
Isn't that horrible?
And that was the entire season, and it was
dumb.
awful. Yeah, it was so bad. But there's shows like I love Better Call Saul, you know,
Yeah,
and
so
it's to
good.
me it's such a good show, and the writing on it is so brilliant. I don't generally watch shows where I think that I could write a better
Or Curb, it's
episode. You
brilliant.
know, like Curb's brilliant. Like all that stuff is just is really great.
I mean,
maybe-
there's endings of shows that I would have done differently.
Sure. Movies is a different question, though, because there's some movies where I just didn't like the way they ended. You know, and I feel that way a lot about Coen Brother movies. Not that I can end a movie better than they could, but they sure as hell can't end a movie. They can write a movie, but they can't write an ending.
What about
man.
the Adam Sandler one? Maybe you could have tackled that better.
Which one?
The one that he didn't get a nomination for.
Uncut Gems?
Uncut Gems? Yeah, I didn't love Uncut Gems like everybody else loved Uncut
No.
Gems. I thought it was okay.
It was a bit obnoxious.
Yeah, I thought it was. I
stayed
okay.
away from it. I didn't watch it at all. I know it's on Netflix
His
now.
performance was good, right? He was decent in it, but he's a good actor.
I
But
mean-
I don't care enough about that movie to even think where you would go. Like I just wouldn't write that movie because
Well,
it
maybe
just
the
doesn't
plot,
really interest
maybe the
me.
difference would be they're not all arguing about a stone.
But that's the whole purpose of the movie. So then you're just writing a completely different movie.
Yeah,
right?
you-
I just
yeah.
What about Last Jedi?
Last Jedi.
That
Interesting.
whole movie was a
Interesting.
mistake.
Okay.
That whole movie was a mistake.
Yeah,
That could have been rewritten
but I wouldn't even know where to start.
because of where now we all know how. What was the last movie called?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. We all know how that started and ended and the progression of that movie. So it's a little tough now to go back one movie to fill in how
Yes.
Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker
Right.
ties together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
Sopranos, I would have changed the ending of Sopranos.
But what would you? What ending would you have given the Sopranos?
I would have had somebody in Tony's family.
Yeah.
I'm thinking his son would have shot him, would have killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, and I would have changed the ending to Golden Girls. Instead of having her sell the house and everybody had to move, I would have ended it earlier when they did that robbery episode with George Clooney and had somebody killed off.
You can't kill somebody on the Golden Girls though.
That would have been a cool, and everyone would have talked about that.
No, but nobody would have stood for that. You can't kill a main character like that on a network sitcom.
But wouldn't
It
that have
doesn't
been
work.
amazing? Like, who shot, and you could have, you could have
But you
ended it,
can't
carried it to the next
shoot an
season,
old
and the
lady
whole
on
thing is,
television,
who
though.
shot Dorothy?
No, you can't shoot an old lady on television. That would never on a sitcom. Like,
Come on, man.
No, you can't.
No, you can't do that now, but maybe in the 80s.
This is why you're a terrible writer, Maury. You're like, hey, I have a great idea for your legendary and beloved sitcom. We're going to shoot one of the old ladies, and then we're going to spend an entire season trying to find out who did it. Yeah, it
Brilliant.
sounds
Oh my
hilarious.
God.
Sounds great.
Slowest season ever.
Thanks.
Roger has this question. What's your craziest drunk blackout story you've ever had?
Interestingly enough, I have only blacked out maybe 1 or 2 times. I
Really?
don't black out.
Did you
It's
wake up
not-
like in someone's living room?
No, I woke up at home with my dad standing over me, very disappointed in me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was
that's
that was.
I
the
would have
very
rewritten
first one.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm not a blackout drunk kind of guy. I learned my lesson. Don't get me wrong. I've been very, very drunk. Like I've woken up where I had like. I woke up one time. This is how drunk I got one time. Not blackout drunk, but like I woke up and I was not in my bed.
Okay.
Okay. Not wearing my pants.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I had on my arms, because I guess we started doing shots of Zambuca.
Okay.
And Zambuca is very sticky.
Yeah.
And on my arms, on the underside of my arms from leaning on things all night, I had like a match. Okay.
Okay.
A ticket to a club that we went to, and my hands were just covered in bar stamps, like all up my arms from all the different places that we met.
That is like in Hangover when they're trying to look for Doug in Vegas.
yes, right?
Like empty out our pockets. Let's see what we have and try to piece together the story.
Yeah, like and then once I woke up, it all started to sort of like come back to me. But I remember doing everything, but I just woke up and wished I hadn't, kind of thing, right?
So I have some questions about this story.
Yes.
Whose bed did you wake up in?
Friends.
Okay. Whose pants were you wearing?
Somebody that was not there. I switched pants with somebody in a bar.
But that means somebody had your pants.
Somebody had my pants.
Okay. And based on all the stamps on your hand and the stickers and whatever else, were you able to kind of map out
I
your
knew.
journey throughout the night?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only thing that I couldn't remember, was where I left my shirt.
Oh, so you weren't wearing a shirt?
Shirtless?
What's that? Yeah, no, I went back to where my buddy's place to say shirtless. I had no shirt on. So I changed pants with somebody and I took my shirt off at some point and it never came home with me.
So you could have been shirtless outside.
Oh, I was shirtless in bars. I probably went 2-3 bars shirtless.
Well, how have we never partied together?
God.
Yeah. Most likely went to at least 3 bars shirtless. Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like my blackout. I've had blackout moments. One that I remember specifically was waking up in my bathtub, still fully dressed.
Yeah.
And I think I still have my shoes on.
See, I haven't been that kind of drunk, realistically, like no joke. I haven't been that kind of drunk since late 90s, early 2000s. You've been extraordinarily drunk in the time that we've done this show.
Oh, yeah.
Like when we first started, you would have these nights where you would just go nuts.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Blackout drunk. I know I got drunk. I think drinking tequila with my dad and I passed out on the bathroom floor.
That's not good.
Yeah. Dan Maury, do you have any blackout drunk stories?
I mean, I remember getting super drunk in LA with Mocha and DJ Climax, and we had bacon.
Did he get super drunk? Like,
No.
what's super drunk? No.
He had maybe 2 drinks.
Yeah.
But with the way Maury was drinking.
Oh, but don't forget, I was in the hotel room drunk, and you guys filmed me when when the song Panda was big, and I kept going, and I was super drunk, and I thought it was hilarious to keep going, but why Panda? Why Panda?
Okay. So
Yeah,
Maury
that was
thinking
not funny to anybody.
Thinking that he was
But it's
drunk.
funny at the time.
Yes.
Is
Fake drunk?
drinking vodka soda.
Yeah.
Right? But we put more soda than vodka in Maury's drink.
Right.
As opposed to a traditional one shot or a double shot of vodka soda that I normally drink.
So were you guys in a hotel room at this point?
Yeah.
And
It was
this is-
before we went to Chateau Marmont.
So what did you do at Chateau Marmont?
We had more vodka soda.
Yeah. And how were you after that?
Oh, then we went to a club next door, the Chateau Marmont Club.
Yeah.
And I was drunk there. And then I remember we went for bacon.
Right.
Maury's.
And then I got apples from the hotel gym and brought them to Climax and Mocha in their room.
Yeah. Do you have one drunk story? Because this is the only
I
story
know.
that I've ever heard you tell about drinking.
I brought you apples.
And I'll tell you, with the way Maury drinks, because he never finishes a drink.
Yeah.
The way Maury drinks, if you were to tally up the amount of alcohol
Yeah.
for Maury that he had in the course of let's say 6 hours, it would probably equal 1 drink for the average person.
Do you think more that in your lifetime you have drunk the equivalent of 1 full bottle of vodka?
Oh, I don't think so.
No. No, I don't think he has. And there's nothing wrong with that, man.
No.
Because I know that when you come home with, you and Matthew will open a cider and split it all weekend.
Or we went to a Mexican restaurant once, and the guy was teaching us about tequila, and he brought us some shots, and he went back to the bar to get more. And I remember Matthew looking at me going, I'm already feeling this after one. You have to tell him to stop.
Really, huh?
After 1 shot of tequila?
He's like, he can't keep bringing these shots. We have to walk home.
We have to walk home?
Okay, and we'll end on this question. This is specifically for the Damnits from Celine.
There you go.
Okay.
Does Dermot Morey and Dammit Matthew, do they still sleep in until noon on the weekends now that they have their dog Andy?
No, and it's so upsetting. We're waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's causing quite a bit of anger in my house.
On Sunday, I woke up, my normal time, like 6:30, whatever it was, and I was sitting around having a coffee and hanging out, and I heard my phone go off, and I looked at my phone. It was 8:25 in the morning, and I got a message from Maury, just something about work.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I didn't even open it and read it, but I just sat there laughing to myself. I'm like, this is the first time ever that at 8:30 on a Sunday morning, I got an email from Maury, and I'm like, your life must be, you hate it right now. Hate life right now.
Oh, and the worst was Matthew took a melatonin on the Saturday night.
Yeah.
So he was sleeping, like he just was late. He stayed in bed. I had to walk Andy on my own. I had to change his pee pads. I had to play with him on my own. And Matthew stayed in bed. I was so upset. I remember going in there going, this is a two-person job.
You know, but it's not, he didn't take Xanax. Like you can wake somebody up who's on melatonin.
I know.
I know, but to him, it's like a sleeping pill, and he's unable to get up.
But that's not true, though.
It's not.
I
He's
think he was
unable.
faking.
Yeah.
We all know just by hearing the story 45 seconds ago.
Yeah.
He did not want to wake up. He did not want to get up and go do all that stuff with you. He wanted to stay home.
he wanted
and
to be
scroll,
in bed.
Scroll on his phone, look at Instagram and whatever, and watch YouTube videos.
Yep.
Oh my God, I got a text last week from Matthew going, we need to talk when you get home.
Oh, about what?
This, because like Andy's, it's a lot of work. And he's like, this is affecting our marriage.
Yes. Oh, yeah. In a good way, though?
No.
I guess it can't get any worse, really.
No.
There you go. That was fun today.
Every week on Instagram, you'll see at Kiss925. That is where we post Ask Roz and Mocha. Ask your questions, and we'll, of course, invite one of you to join us on a future episode of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's one more on here. Can I just quickly ask it?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. If Roz and Mocha were gay, would they date Dammit Morey? Is that your question?
Hypothetically, if Roz was gay and single, would he date Maury?
I like how you put single in there just so I'm not cheating.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But yo.
The room is spinning.
But you notice how in that question, Maury never writes, and if Maury was gay?
No,
or
single.
And if Maury was single?
Yeah, I know.
Right?
Well, that'd be the next answer. If Roz said yes, then we can get into that.
What are we going to start negotiating? Okay, well, one last boat name before we go.
Okay.
I just stumbled upon this one. This may be my boat name. I may have to take this one if I got a boat. And this person just called it simply Forced Family Fun.
Oh my God, that is so you. That is so you.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Powered by Air Transat. Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.